slept with no women and then say that's the average. And also, if you did that, it would be like 2.3 bodies, like, which is not a real thing. It'll be 2.7 bodies. It's not a real thing. 3 bodies, that's a real thing. Right?
He was trying to stick to literal, like, oh, I'm just calculating how averages work. Yeah, we hear that. We hear that you're just simply calculating how averages work, but that's not going to get you to the conclusion of how many bodies does the average person have, because that's two separate questions.
And also, never mind. Go ahead, Jake. Jake been up here for a while. I'm gonna let Jake go.
Hi there, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I disagree with what he was saying. But the reason why I disagree is I believe that the average shorty is lying about her body count. So definitely that is the reason why.
And who are they?
Yeah,
Who are they lying to their body count to, sir?
they're lying to their man because they don't want the man to
But
be
that's
able to
not. But
see.
that's not where we get body count from. You don't get it from men hearing what a woman says. You get it. There's an actual study done on, or studies done on this. So they're lying to the random people who they have no fucking reason to lie to.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to come on and talk about the topic, bro. They say women have such low body count because men are selfish. Is it say men are selfish lovers?
Yeah.
That's cap. And women and men have higher body counts because women satisfy us. That's cap too. That's cap.
So,
Women have more because they have more options. The men, they struggle. Some men out here, they struggle to sleep with even one girl. So how does that even make sense?
well, they struggle to sleep with very attractive women or attractive women, but men still be sleeping with women women who they not attracted to that much, but they'll still sleep with them. That's how the body counts be so high. Because men will sleep with any woman.
Nah, but they're not even getting to sleep with one. Like I don't even judge women for their body count, but I believe that the women definitely do sleep with more men than the men sleep with women.
So
Women lie about it. They lie about it all the time because
they
they don't
don't.
want to be judged.
They don't though. Men lie about it. Men lie about it in the opposite way because it benefits us to lie about it, right? Like men will lie and say that they slept with 100 women knowing that they've slept with 2,
Oh,
right?
110%.
Yeah.
I definitely agree
So
with that.
men lie that way. But men also pursue that's why if you look up the amount of men and women, it's not that different. It's not like women sleep with 2 people and men sleep with 10 people. It's not like that. It's like 6 and 7 or something like that. It's really
Nah,
close.
it's definitely like the men have 2 and then the women be having like 17 because the men are bitter. The men are mad at the women. The reason why the men are like, oh, they're judging the girl for her body counts because they didn't get enough women to sleep with.
Let me
They
ask you a
they feel
question, Jake.
like
If you
they
if
feel like
if
that.
you would you work a job? How long would you work a job if you never got paid?
No more than like not even, well, like if I know I'm not gonna get paid already or
Let's say jobs work like this. You never know if you're going to get paid, right? But you know what I'm saying? It's just a gamble you got to take, right? It's like everybody's, let's just say in this society, they're just set up in such a way that legally they don't have to pay, they don't have to tell you how much they're going to
I
pay
would
you,
work a job.
and they don't got to guarantee pay, right? But you
I
still got to
would.
work. Though, right? So okay, so you go to work for a job, and they don't pay you. How many days are you going to continue to be on that job? They're supposed to pay you on the 15th. The 15th comes and goes. How many days are you going to get paid? How,
I'll
how
probably
many
give
days
that
are you going to wait?
I'll probably
Put
give
this
about
shit
like
on.
another 2 days. Another
Okay.
2 days before I leave.
Okay, so you work a total of 17 days. Okay, cool. So how often do you think women get to come? Do you think most women come when they sleep with the man?
Probably not still. Probably
Not
not.
even
Because
not
it's
even
all about
close.
their own pleasure, yeah.
Not even close. Not even close. It ain't even like probably not. Like it's guaranteed not, and it's not close. So if most women don't get to come, how many times do you think they're going to keep sticking with that same job? How excited do you think they are to keep
But
going
how
to
does
that
that
same
make
job?
like that doesn't mean that they're not lying though about their
It
body
does. It
count?
does. They don't have to lie about it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They just don't sleep with a bunch of men. It's not motivating.
No, I'm saying like the
What
reason why
benefit? Hold
the
on, Jake.
men.
Listen to what I'm saying. What benefit does society give women for sleeping with a lot of men? Let's start
Money.
there.
It's called
First and
money.
foremost. Hold on,
Money.
Kenneth. Hold on, Kenneth. That's not true. What benefit does society give the average woman for sleeping with a bunch of men? Is there a benefit? Is there,
They get shamed. They get
so
shamed.
so they get no benefit. So they get shamed for sleeping with a bunch of men first and foremost. So that's already a deterrent. Cool. So and then secondly, physically, we just determined that most women don't get to come. So even physically, what benefit is it in it for them to sleep with a bunch of men?
Burka bag.
Kenneth, I'm about to drop you if you
Oh,
can't shut the
damn.
fuck up.
So just because they're not gonna
Jake, hold on, Jake. Answer that. Hold on. Answer that question. You answered the first one. They get shamed. The second one, they don't come.
They get zero benefit, but that
They-
doesn't mean that
okay,
they're not
hold on, wait.
useful.
So let's keep going. We almost there. So if they don't get a benefit socially and they don't get a benefit physically, then why the fuck would they sign up to sleep with a bunch of men?
For validation, for approval. Maybe she
You
wants
just
to
hold on.
by
You
men.
hold on. Wait. Go back. Validation from who?
I'm saying like sometimes they do it because
You
they
just
got
said they
trauma
get
or she
shamed
wants-
for it.
No, but I'm
You
saying-
just said they get shamed
I
for
know
it,
you're
Jake.
saying- I know you're
They
saying- I
can't
know
get
you're saying-
validated and
I
get
hear
shamed.
that. I hear
It
that.
don't
I'm
make
saying-
sense.
But I'm saying people still do things maybe because they're trying to
Jake,
escape themselves.
Jake, hold on.
Trauma,
Time out,
man.
Jake. I really want you to think about what I'm saying. You're trying to say that they get validation. You're saying internally they get validated. That's what you're trying to say. Internally, women get validated, right?
Yeah, because she might crave that attention from a man.
She craves that attention from a
She didn't
man.
get it when she was younger from her
Got
father
you.
or something, right?
Got you. Once again, let me ask you another question. How much attention do you think men get from women? You think they get a lot of attention, a little attention, or no attention at all?
Well,
The average woman.
the average man, or
The average woman. Do
she
you
gets
think
probably plenty of attention from men?
okay, so let's go back once again. So there's no social benefit in it for them. There's no physical benefit in it for them. You're trying to make the case that there is a personal benefit in it for them. And that benefit is they get validated by a man. But women, the average woman gets all the attention in the world from men in general when they walk down the street, when they go to work. Wouldn't that be enough of enough validation for them?
But this is not 2008. This is 2024. People got dating apps and stuff like
Hold
that.
on. Can you answer the question? Most women aren't on dating apps, Jake.
No, they are still.
They're not. Most women aren't on dating apps. You're just making that up.
There's more women.
So
on
now
there
she
than-
doesn't even have to leave her house to get attention and validation. She could just post a picture. Still
Listen,
disproving your point.
I'm not even judging the women for having, because I understand people are they're not gonna tell the
No,
truth.
no, don't run away from that, Jake. You said it's not 2008, it's 2024. People are on dating apps and online, which means she can get attention even easier.
She can sneak away.
So she still doesn't have to be
sneak
touched
away.
to get attention and validation from men. She
But
just
she
has
also
to
can
post a
be-
picture.
But she can also be more sneakier and be on the low key with it. That's what most people do nowadays.
But why? What is the? Hold on, wait. But Jake, my question to that is, what is the relevancy of that? You're just saying she can be, but you
No, but
have
like
to
I'm saying, like,
you have to
this is
create the
the-
why for me to believe it. Like I'm okay with you saying that, but now give me the why. She could be sneaky, okay, but why? Why would she be sneaky? Why would she need to do that when she's getting tons of validation publicly? Why does she need to lie about it and hide it? It doesn't make any
She might
sense.
want to fit in. She may want to fit in with her little party friends and stuff like that, and looking for the hoes, like all that nonsense. You know what I mean? She wants to fit in.
But once again, why do women need to look for hoes when hoes find them?
Exactly. So she has more.
Exactly.
She wants to go do. So now she's just gonna lie about her body count when she finds her husband. You know what I mean?
No,
This is
sir.
what happened.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't know what you mean.
Jake, you just making shit up. You realize that you got cooked like 10 minutes ago, right? Like you just making shit up. you got fucking fried 10 minutes ago. You don't have no point anymore.
That what I'm trying to say. It's not even a projection. People are saying projection. That's cap. There's no projection in what I'm saying. She just cheese. What I'm saying is that the men, they have the reason why the whole body count thing even exists in the first place is because they're sleeping with more men than men are sleeping with more women. The men are
But
jealous
that's
at the
not
women.
true.
They're jealous at the girls. Why else would they care about body count?
Yo.
I don't care about it because I had my little fair share.
Y'all don't care about body count. It's just
No, they
another
do
thing
care.
y'all
They do
lie
care.
about
They
to
care.
try to shame
No,
women.
no,
Y'all
they
really
do.
don't give a
No,
shit
but you-
about body count.
No, they care about body count because they don't get any. That's why they care. You ever see the nice guy talk about, oh, the nice guy finishes last because the bad boy's getting all the pokes and he's not getting no pokes. That's what he's
The reason why you fake care about it right now in this moment, the reason why you're projecting and the reason why you're saying that women got more bodies than men, the only reason you're saying that is you're trying to shame the women. You're trying to
I'm not
convince the
even saying
women.
sure you-
Hold on. You're trying to convince us that women are actually the bad guys in this situation, and men are not. Men,
They're not the
hey
bad
man, we just be moving through the world normally. It's really the women that's the hoes. It ain't the men that's the hoes because even though men are thirsty as fuck and try to sleep with every single woman they come in 10 feet within, right? It's not the men. It's not the men. It's the women.
No,
the women are really the ones out here sleeping with all of the men based
that's what I'm
on
saying. You can't-
based on fucking fairy dust. Like you're not even basing it on nothing. You're just making shit
I
up.
understand what you're saying, but I'm saying the woman, she can't properly sell herself to that man without saying that she's got like a low body count or something like that.
Why do you think women give a fuck about selling themselves to a man, sir? Most men don't give a
Because he
fuck
wants to
about
date.
body counts.
Because he
Jake,
wants to date.
stop. Jake, stop. Shan already told you. Niggas be lying about body counts, caring about body counts.
That's
You
cap.
say women. No, that's not cap. You say women don't. You say men lie. You're saying women lie about how many bodies they have.
Because
Men
they're not
lie.
the same.
Men lie about how many. Men lie about caring about women's body counts. They
No,
don't.
they don't lie about that. They care because they want to be able to sleep with all these women.
Oh my
right?
God.
And they didn't get the opportunity to sleep with them. So now he's looking at her and
Listen to
he's
what I'm
envious at
telling you,
her
Jake.
for sleeping with
Women,
them.
Jake, men don't care if their
They care.
woman has a high body count. You're saying that they care
definitely
because they're
care.
jealous. Jake, you're saying that the men care because they're jealous. I agree. I can agree with that because men are jealous of women. But I'm saying when it comes to dating, men don't care how many bodies a woman has. That's all I'm saying.
Unless if they don't care about her, yeah, they don't care about her body.
They don't care it.
They
They're
don't
just trying to
care
sleep with her,
either
that's
way.
it.
There's so many women.
just trying to sleep
There are
with her,
so
that's it.
many women, me included, who have said that most of the women they know who had the higher body counts, those are the women that are married. Those are the ones that get married
Because
first.
they ran a good game. They ran a great game. That's what they did.
No, it's because men don't really give a damn about that.
Nah,
If
they
they
care,
like
so.
that woman and she putting it on him the right way, she's a keeper for him. Like y'all are
Al-
not. Don't let's
Nah,
stop
he
acting
must
like
be a
y'all are
nice
Also,
guy.
so
also,
particular and picky. You're not.
also,
Nah, he must have been a nice guy,
also
too.
the women who sleep around a lot, they've through like a process of elimination, they just dealt with a lot of men. So the likelihood that they find a man that they like, I like this one, it goes up. It's hard to find a man that you like or a person that you like sometimes if you like
Clone.
only dating one motherfucker a year.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But if you dating 5-6 niggas a year, you more likely to find a nigga like, oh, this the one.
Like,
Okay,
it's
nah.
common
think
sense.
he's saying
And I
that.
didn't
Nah,
used to
that's cap.
understand it
That's
either. I'm
cap.
not
I
gonna
think
lie,
he's
but
saying
that's
that he
common
doesn't
sense.
have
It's a
to.
law of numbers.
Yo, public.
Can I say this?
Go ahead, ML.
I think he's saying that they don't have to necessarily sleep with the man to find their person. Is he could be saying that.
I'm not saying they have to. I'm just saying that it's easier. It's easier to find a person that you like, that you vibe with, if you've been sleeping or dealing with 10 motherfuckers a year or 5 people a year versus people that been with one person a year. You've been with one person a year? One person a year? I mean, you could.
Do you
could.
Do you need to have Schmex though? Like,
Or
do
even
you-
worse, one person every 2-3 years. Like
If you go on
some of us
20,
idiots,
if
me.
you go on 20 dates, do you have to have Schmex with that person?
Nobody said, he just explained that. You don't have to, but the difference is when you're dating multiple people, you
Right.
have more of a chance to be able to find your person versus when you are dating and in a long-term relationship with one person for 3-4 years, y'all break up, you single for 2 years, not
Right.
dating, then you meet somebody else, you with him for 4 years, y'all break up, you single for 3 years. You've had 2 boyfriends your whole entire fucking life.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's tough. All I'm saying is that's tough. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying that it's the best system to do. I'm just saying like on average, logically, if you think about it logically, yeah, it would be easier to meet the, like, Lori Harvey done passed up on 10 niggas that was probably husband material on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she done passed up on 10 niggas who, if she wanted to be married, she could have been married to any one of them niggas. Any one of them.
Let me ask this on public. So, on average, most men that do get to sleep with a certain girl, do you think that because it didn't work out with that specific girl, that they're constantly trying to find a new body, or because maybe they weren't doing something right? Do you think the reason
But
because their higher body
Can I say
count
this before I
due
leave, though?
to
baby, I was
due to trash game of like performance or anything of that reason, so they're forced to keep on searching for the next one, for the next one, for the next one? Do you think Do you think that's what it is for men?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can I say this quickly before I leave, though? Um, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but in reality, um, the whole reason why the body count thing even exists is because the woman doesn't want to be judged, and the man is judging because you didn't get enough play when he was a kid, when he was younger, right? And men care about body count. Like the majority, I don't care because I know she's gonna lie about it, right? I wanted to care.
Most of you
but
don't
she's not
care.
gonna. I wanted to care, but
I don't
she's
know
gonna lie
about
about it
most.
anyways. She's gonna
You
lie
don't
about it
care.
anyways.
You don't
Of
even
course I care.
ask.
I don't want. I don't. I
If
don't. I
y'all
don't
if
want to
y'all
know
care
that
so
multiple
much,
mans
why
have
don't
busted
you
all over
even
her
ask
face.
about it?
I don't want to know that multiple mans have busted
Why
skin all
are
over her
there
face.
why are there so many women that can say truthfully they've never been asked about their body count?
I can answer that question.
That's cap.
It's not cap.
The reason we don't
Y'all
have
be
to
y'all
ask,
be thinking people lying about the dumbest shit. Women are telling y'all men do not ask us about our body counts
we
because
don't
they
have
don't.
to. We
They
don't have
just
to
want to
because
add to it.
the streets tell us. You don't have to ask because the streets tell us who the hoes are, 304s are. We don't have to
Kenneth,
ask
you're
because we already know.
55. Shut up. Nobody's even talking to you. Anyway,
You
like
live
I
in
was saying,
Ohio.
Mel and Jake, you're right. You're 55. You live in Ohio. You've been with the same dusty ass woman your whole life. Nobody cares.
You
Shut
got
up.
a bad shape. You look like a tadpole.
Like,
Your
you don't even
body
know what you're talking. The
19.
streets
Listen,
tell us what
Your
the
agree.
streets
thing,
told
your
you
thing
about that mud
look.
duck you with. What the
Hey,
streets
I
told you
get it. I
about
get
her?
it. The
I
host.
know,
The
I
host is
know.
running. Listen, the host is running a great game. I get it. I get it. He's running a great game, trying to make you sure they feel like that. I get it. I get it. 100%. I rate the man for it. I rate the
Like,
man
shut
for
up.
it. He's making money. All I'm saying is that the men care about the men. They care.
all right, Jake. I
The
gotta tell you
women they
something.
care.
I gotta
That's
tell
what
you
it is.
something, sir. I'm not running no game.
You making
I'm just not lying.
Yeah, you
Like,
are.
are you? You gotta y'all niggas be lying, and then when I don't lie, you try to like lie on me. Like, nigga, that shit will never work, Jake. I know you a fucking liar. I'm a man. I'm a man. Look,
I get it. I get it.
hold on, wait. Not only am I a man, right? Like you just like, we can break this shit all the way down. Not only am I a man, I've experienced more. I've been with more women than you. I almost fucking guarantee you. I'm older than you. I'm more mature than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm more like, and on every single fucking level. And you trying to fucking lie to me like my 8-year-old son, like nigga, which he don't even lie. You niggas lie more than my 8-year-old son. Like you a fucking liar, bro. Niggas do not care about body counts, bro. Niggas do not care. For what reason? For what reason? Because you embarrassed.
We don't want to know
Because
that.
the only lie. Because the only lie you dumb niggas tell is, oh, because what if we at a party and it's 3 men there that slept with your girl? So fucking what?
The real
If
truth
your
is,
niggas cared so much about body count, Jake. If men cared so much about body count, y'all would stop trying to fuck everything moving.
That's not true, bro. Why are you acting like what you said?
If men cared so much about body count,
because men
listen to
care
what I'm
too.
saying. Stop, Jake. If men cared so much about body counts, they would stop adding to women's body counts. If you want,
that's not it.
listen, Linda, listen. If you want women to be virtuous, you want women to be clean, you want women to be virginal, whatever the fuck y'all saying, then why don't y'all stop fucking them?
Because I'm not worried about the other women. I'm worried about my woman.
Shut up. God damn.
But no, I hear what you're saying. Not every man would judge, but the majority is gonna judge because the majority is not.
Majority
getting cat like
does
that.
not. That's what
No,
he's
the
telling
majority
you.
doesn't get cat like that.
The majority doesn't.
you're
That's
shorty, you're
even
a
more
shorty, so you don't
reason.
understand.
You already don't
You
get
don't
no
understand.
vagina, and you think
You
you
don't
gonna waste
understand.
it
You
when
don't
somebody
understand.
about to give it to you,
You
worrying
don't
about who
understand.
else
Listen,
got it before
shorty,
you?
I got 5 shorties that I have on lock like that, shorty. Listen. I want you to understand.
No, you
Jake,
don't.
hold on, Jake,
Everything.
hold on, Jake. I gotta tell you something. You Canadians, Canadian black men, specific. It ain't even just the black men, though. Even Abid is a liar, but he lying a different way. But all of you Canadians are some fucking liars. You ain't got no 5 women. You don't got no 5 women on lockdown. Hold on, Jake. Hold on, Jake. Once again, player to player, pimp to pimp on some real shit. You don't got 5 women on lockdown. You don't. You got 5 women who you've slept with in a close proximity to one another because you're a whore. And that's fine. If that's what you want to be, more power. I'm not shaming you for that. I'm all for a promiscuous girl and promiscuous boys. Shout out to Nelly Furtado. She Canadian too. But what I'm saying is that y'all gotta stop getting up here lying on y'all dicks, acting like you that nigga when you not.
Because all 5 of them text you and say, Jake, I'm hungry.
I never said
you
I
want
was.
to get together?
I never said I was a player.
What do you describe that as?
I never said I was.
What do you describe that as?
I never said
I
I
got
was
5
saying
women
that's just me
on lock. Hold on,
That-
Jake. I have 5 women on lockdown. That is a player, sir.
No, that's not a player. They chose like listen. It was.
And here you about to lie again. Now you about to lie again.
You're a player when you lie to them about it.
You are lying to them like you're lying to us right now.
It's
I
consensual.
can guarantee you he got burpees.
Agreement.
He got burpees. I
Let me-
bet you he got burpees.
Jake, quickly, as quick as you can, show me 3 of those women right now. Let me see what they look like. If you got 5 women, get on your phone right now.
Let me come back on my main because I can't go on the camera on this. I'll show you.
Okay, come back on the main. Come back on the main.
He about to go get 5
Hey.
Instagram pictures.
I don't know what you. I don't know. I'm not lying.
You are
I'm
lying.
not lying. So I'll be right back.
Jake about to go screenshot 5 of his favorite IG girls.
No text messages. Real quick while he does that, 2 quick things I wanted to do really quickly.
Text. Hey, hold on, Jake. Text messages. I don't want the pictures. I'll take 3 text message exchanges between these girls. Go ahead, AJ. I'm sorry.
To answer the earlier question of why don't men ask for body counts, it's because it's now, as of late, become shameful and a red flag to ask. They'll call you lame. They'll call you a loser. Why do you care? You're a fucking loser. I don't want to talk to you. Why do you care about my body count? That's 1. 2.
I never asked.
2.
That's not a new thing. You think our mother's generation, y'all cared about body counts?
They definitely didn't care back then. That was free love. Well, not your parents. My
What?
parents. That was free love era. They was
But
fucking.
even
And
my
I'm-
parents,
and
that
I'm
was well, yeah, my
35.
parents too.
Ain't
Like,
nobody-
well, no, not
back
70.
then that also wasn't really something that they were worried about.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm really getting tired of men speaking for women. If Shan's telling you nobody in all her 33 years or 32 years, ain't no man ever asked her. I'm 35, ain't no man ever asked me. Like there's other women in the comments saying, ain't no man ever asked them. Then how are y'all still sitting
But
up
we
here
didn't
saying,
say you were lying. I believe y'all. Y'all.
No,
if
no,
man
I'm gonna
ever
say that
asked
she
y'all-
cap.
if
That's
no one,
cap.
I don't. Okay, I'm speaking for AJ. If
Kenneth, can
say
you
that
stop
in your
talking?
35
Hold on, wait. Go ahead, AJ. AJ, have you asked a woman about her body count?
No. Well,
Okay.
maybe when I was in high school. Maybe like
I
when
know
was
a
in-
woman.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna do the experiment backwards because the women are telling you they never been asked. AJ has never asked a woman. I've never asked a woman. ML, have you ever asked a woman how many men has she slept with?
Just one time. That's it.
Okay, so that's one time. One woman out of the however many women you've been with, but you asked one woman, so I'll take that. So 1 out of 2. I don't even want to ask Kenneth because he ain't been with nobody in so long. But Kenneth,
Well, Kenneth, he's a troll.
yeah. How many? I ain't gonna even ask him. But so I think the majority of men don't ask the majority of women how many bodies that they have.
Right.
To Shan's point and to most women's point, and I don't think it's a new phenomenon. I think
I
it's
feel
been like
like-
that forever.
See, I've seen as of and again, this is from a 25, 26-year-old mindset, but as of late, it's easy for when a man says, "Well, how many men have you slept with?" The response being, "Oh, you lame as fuck. Why you care about a woman body count? Why the fuck you?" And as of late, the more you hear that as men, you will say, "Well, damn, if I'm gonna be a lame for asking, how about I just don't fucking ask?"
It's always
So-
been
never
that way.
asked where
But
you
y'all
get this
saying
response
it's always
from.
been that. Y'all are talking about from an era where people genuinely didn't give a fuck. People didn't give a fuck when y'all parents was growing up who you fucked with.
So what
'Cause now
generation
y'all
are you
got
talking
kids now.
about, AJ? So what generation are you talking about?
From like 85, 95 to now. Like 95 on up.
No, I'm saying when did they care?
When did they? Now, recent, like now in this era, in the 2000, the new age internet
Okay.
bullshit era.
Okay, so it's not so. You're contradicting yourself. Then you're saying that the reason why men don't want to ask now is because of the internet era. Shan and I and all the rest of us, I think not all the rest of us, but most of us are saying that it never was that. You just said that. You said it never was that. Men have never cared. The reason why men ask now is because of the internet. Because men are stupid. And they're listening to other dumbass men tell them body count matters and da 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 da. But when I was younger, in the 90s, I was hunching in the 90s. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was hunching in the 90s, my nigga.
But
Hey,
someone
can I-
said their
can I
parents.
make a
when
point?
your
Can I make a
parents were-
point?
Hold on,
Before
Kenneth.
you do that,
when your parents were growing up, that's not something that they had to worry about, because the stigma in that era, they cared more about their representation more so than
Time out.
any of
You
that. So
you think that women, where in what generation were women shamed more? You think women were so just to put it simply, women were shamed more the further we go back for sleeping with men.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay,
Yes.
cool. So wouldn't men have cared about it more back then?
No,
It would make more.
because there weren't as many
It's not.
304s. There
It's
weren't
not.
as many
Stop.
304s.
Kenneth,
Stop.
shut
That's not
up,
what I'm saying.
man. You
That's
don't
not
got
what I'm
nothing to
saying.
add to the conversation right now. You're just being
It's not that
stupid.
they didn't care. It's something that they didn't necessarily have to worry about because of the era that they were in. That wasn't running. It wasn't a whole bunch of that running around. That's not something that was on the front.
So wait. So you mean to tell me I don't know if you ever. My mom it was started hunching in the 60s. So you mean to tell me when my mama started hunching in the 60s and 70s, you talking about the free love era? Do you know what the free love era was?
My mother was born in 62. So
Okay.
she was probably hunching in what, 80, whatever the fuck.
No, I'm telling. Hold on, wait. But listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My mom is older than your mom, so we're gonna go back further to when it mattered more, right? Okay, cool. My mom,
was born in 55. She was hunching.
my mama was hunching. Like I know my mama tell you my mom had her first baby when she was 19. My daddy was hunching, my aunties was hunching.
Right.
They was hunching, bro. Like everybody was hunching. Like I don't know what you're talking about. This generation is sleeping with less people than the generations before.
Literally.
But
Having
did you
less
forget about
babies
the
and all.
sexual revolution?
Your generation is sleeping with less women and men than my than the millennials we was hunching.
But to the point of the further you go back, the more people cared about it, the more people, like the punishment for even being found out to be, whatever the fuck, is harsher.
Was what? What was what?
Harsher then than it is now. No.
What was it? What was it?
Hell, being ostracized from the community. If you go even further than that, killed.
Lies.
Nigga, no.
Unalive.
Nigga,
Lies. Pure, unadulterated, uncut lies. That was not what was happening,
Making
bro.
up stuff, not AJ. And
That is not what was happening.
Wait.
Hold on.
Let's
I gotta
get
read
back
it.
to the-
Hold on,
let's get
AJ.
back to the topic.
Hold on. AJ, let me read this. Let me read this Cash App, and y'all can go. Nigel says, "Stop coochie watching for any of these dummies." Go ahead.
Yeah,
You go ahead, Kay.
Lies. That's not true.
No.
Tell me
Hold
what
on,
happened.
AJ. Hold on, AJ, because number one, you got up here and skipped me. That's number one.
Oh,
But
my
number
apologies.
two,
I
let's
didn't
get
mean
back to the topic because now you're making stuff up, okay?
Okay, tell me what I made up and tell me what the truth was.
Because you literally just retracted the point that you made earlier. So you're actually
Which was
changing what you initially said
Which was what?
about people caring about body count. And then you said people didn't care. Now you're saying
I never said that they did not care. What I said was they weren't as worried about the potential of the woman that you're talking to right then in that moment sleeping with a whole bunch of men, because that shit wasn't happening. At least from what I
It was
understand.
happening. That's what we're
happening.
telling you. It was happening
Are you
even
serious?
more.
Okay.
They just didn't care. They never did.
and there was no internet.
The
And no-
generations before us were way more freaked out than we are.
and I think you're confusing like the 1800s with the 1900s, sweetheart. Nobody
No. I know the difference
ostracized
between
anybody
like,
from the community. What the hell are you talking about?
And here's the thing, and just to add what I was about to say, the sexual revolution was a whole thing before the high five crisis, right? There was a whole revolution of people just hunching, okay, hunching parties, hunching like you smorgies, okay. There was a
100%.
whole era of that. You got Woodstock. You got. I'm
Hey,
telling you.
if you think when the cocaine was at its most purest, they wasn't hunching, you tripping. When Mike Jackson was in front of Studio 54 with them two little women drinking Jack Daniels straight out the bottle, yeah, they was hunching, baby.
100%. But you don't think now in an era where it's much more access to individuals and human beings and to meet these people that there's more fucking going on now than it was?
It's not. It's less.
People
It's
were
less.
leaving
It's
the
less
country
access, and let me
meeting
explain
people.
to you why, AJ. It's not less access. We have more access to people socially, and that's where y'all get it wrong. our parents' generation and our grandparents, they had access physically. They went to parties, they were around each other a lot more. We have access socially on our phones, online, and therefore we see each other a lot less.
But
Yep.
that's not, but
Hey, if you were talking, hey, AJ, if you counting cyber smacks, then yeah, you're right.
no.
Right.
What I'm
If
saying
you talking
is-
cyber smacks, everybody hunching. But if you talking physical smacks, nah.
but
There's a whole issue. There's a whole issue of the younger generations lacking social skills in person because a lot of our socialization happens online. We don't
But
see
that
each
don't
other enough
stop
to have
folks
sex.
from fucking, because the
I
more
never said
people
people
that you,
aren't having sex, AJ. I'm telling you that it's less than what it was before.
What-
because
what are you-
before, they were hypersexual and they were in each other's faces all the time. We are less sexual and we see each other less.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna let you go, AJ. I'm gonna let you. I really am gonna let you go. Hey, let's get the likes up, y'all. Bang the cash that one time. Y'all see it right there, man. Keep the live alive, man. We gotta support the live. Let's knock out some of these give goals or something like that. We've been rocking out for a long time. Y'all not entertained? It's fucking damn
I
near
just don't
600
get
people
why
in
we-
here.
Why we so
It's-
strictly hold on to these things we want to believe and we don't even, like, you're 25, 26, like, listen. You keep
I'm listening.
saying something that's literally not true
But if
because
you
you
look-
want to believe it, but that's
it's not something
true.
that I personally want to believe. But if I'm looking at the landscape of where things were then and where things are now, if you socially can interact with more people and you can socially go find these people, people are traveling more, people are leaving the country more, people
So
are.
are
I think-
you
I think you're
personally
making-
having a lot
but-
more smacks?
But I think, but he wouldn't know compared, you know what I mean, compared to generations past. But AJ, the problem is what you're doing is I hear what you're trying to rationalize it, right? Like you're like, well, there's internet access and da 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 da, and I get like I could follow that logic to a certain extent. But if you're only looking at things to confirm your bias, then this is this is gonna happen because that's what's going on right now. Thank you, Bianca. This is what's going on right now. Thank you, Mel. This is what's going on right now. You are literally like looking for things to confirm your bias. Bet you're looking for things to confirm your bias. You know what I'm saying? So you're just saying like, oh, people are traveling more, but that don't equate to people are hunching more. None of those things are adding up because the numbers are saying something different. So whatever you're gonna say, people are making more money now. People are going to school more. Like whatever it is, like yep, all that's true. But how does that correlate to hunching?
Because it's also more becoming more and more acceptable in communities or whatever to be more sexually liberated.
To be okay. Now
That's
guess
gonna
I got you, Lynn. Hold on, wait.
more sex.
I got you. But now here's it. Now let's follow the psychology of human beings.
Okay.
What makes people want to do things more? When it is socially accepted or when it is marginalized and they turn it into a taboo. So think like smugs.
Okay.
What compels people to want to do it more?
Probably when it's more taboo.
Okay, cool. So we're in the era when it's not as marginalized and it's not as taboo to have smex or to have sexual partners and all of that stuff.
Right.
So why would people you think that would make people want to do it more or less?
It would if the agenda wasn't being pushed of, oh girl go this, oh girl do that, oh girl
See,
do this.
and there goes the lie. We got to it.
that's not-
now
that's
you
not
lie. Hold on,
like
AJ. Now you're lying because women are not telling women to go do X, Y, and Z. How do you know that? You just
I'm talking about mainstream media. I'm talking about
even
media.
mainstream media. You're just
Media
making that
is
up.
one- Media is one.
Can I tell you something, AJ?
100% pushing that.
Hold on.
Media
AJ.
is go ahead.
So you're telling me
I would love to-
Smexy Red? So you're
hold
telling me
on,
Smexy Red is not
Hank,
telling
can
these
you
women to
please?
go act like
Hank,
that?
Let Lynn talk. Let Lynn
Hank,
talk. Stop,
I've been
stop,
waiting. Can you please let me clear this up for all the men speaking for women, Hank, AJ, and even you, Pub. You guys think that we're in the age of social media where we can hear the way y'all talk about us, hear the way y'all feel about us, and that gets the coochie wet. I don't want to have sex with you all for the simple fact of the way that y'all think. With access to the to psychology, and understanding the mindset of manipulation, it's a turn off. The way y'all get on the internet and talk about women, it's a turn off. The way y'all are so violent and so like vulgar and just nasty and want to be treated like princesses and don't want to get your shit together, it's a freaking turn off. I don't give a crap about Sexy Red, Hank. I'm a 32-year-old woman. I can listen to, okay, I can listen to Future.
Don't get the live banana.
I can
You gotta
listen
say
to,
Smexy.
okay,
Hank,
stop.
shut up, bro.
Now you're trying to distract me. I can listen
Oh,
to
so you
Rick
lost your train of
Ross.
thought?
I can listen to BMF. I can watch BMF. And I'm not going to go try to sell a brick, okay? I can listen to Sexy Red because I am an individual and not try to go throw it back to 100 million people. Okay,
Hank,
can
I'ma
you
drop
shut
you.
the fuck up?
If you can't be quiet, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
That's the difference between men and women now. Women are getting our shit together, but y'all too busy on the internet worried about what women are doing, and the shit is unattractive. That's why we're not having smecks with y'all. We don't have to have smecks with y'all. There are other ways of socialization. Won't you
All the
understand that?
also to everything you said, Lynn, 100%, and also to your point, one Hank is more one Hank is more powerful than Sexy Red. Like, so for every Hank and AJ and ML and Kenneth that get on the internet, you know what I'm saying? There are 1,000 of y'all. There's 1,000 of you guys versus one Sexy Red. So even if Sexy Red was telling women to go, fine. But there are 1,000 deplorable men getting on the internet every day telling women, we don't really like y'all. We hate y'all, as a matter of fact, like every fucking day, day in, day out. And if it don't, hey, and if it ain't on the internet, we can go music, we can go artist for artist. What male artist makes like positive music for, like, you know what I'm saying, where the idea when they speak about women is in a positive light?
You think that women are not evolving to see this? Like, yeah, it was cool in the 90s for these men to be calling us B's and 304s. But we're sick of that shit. We're over it. It's not cute anymore. Y'all
It never
think
was.
y'all gonna win. It never was, but it's not acceptable at all. Y'all
Lynn,
think that y'all gonna get on the internet and be talking down on women and be supporting men like Tommy Sotomayor and stuff? I just rejected a man for following Fresh and Fit on freaking Instagram. And by the way, this man was a 666 man. I freaking blocked him because it's unattractive. It's not tasteful. And quite frankly, y'all are annoying the shit out of me. Like, y'all are like little gnats, mosquitoes, and y'all don't think so. Y'all think by degrading us and talking bad about us, y'all gonna beat us into submission, but we're never going back to that bullshit. Like, get the fuck over it and heal yourself as a person. Like, all this
100%.
elementary, we gonna talk down on women and beat them down for being
And lie on them and come on the internet and lie on them and say that they out here, they the 304s and all. Like, that shit is stupid. Like, nobody, I don't know, bro. The women don't believe you.
I
Go ahead.
100% agree with everything you just said. I really do. I'm not what I was. I have to go back because you said a lot. I'm not saying that if you yourself can listen to Sexy Red and not be influenced by it, by all means, that is great. I hope more people follow your example. Unfortunately, what it seems to me as a 26-year-old looking at the landscape of it, and it's not just I deal with only 26-year-olds. I deal with 26-year-olds, 36-year-olds. A lot of coworkers I have are up in their 40s. So there's a lot of different aspects that I look at. There are individuals who I'd say is probably, if not 40%, at least 50%, who aren't like you, who are influenced by the Sexy Reds, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Lottos, the whoever.
I got a question for you, AJ. Real quick, I got a question. Go ahead, Lynn.
Real quick, let me just say this. You know how fast change happens? In the freaking early 2000s, we were all from coast to coast, and I bet you Kay and Shane can validate this, wearing a fucking hump ponytail on the top of our head. We had a freaking hump on the top of our head. That's how fast change.
Y'all was going to the club in business casual attire.
From coast to coast, we use the same lingo. So it can happen. It will happen. That's how
Right.
evolution works, AJ. We're all going to
Absolutely.
be
I'm
saying the
just talking
same
about right
thing.
now. I'm just talking about right now, current.
I just
Over the
want to
last
point
5 years.
I just want to point out something real quick, AJ. Also, if we're using Sexy Red and these like because they exist, then they have this chokehold on women. Then explain to me the last 40 years of hip hop.
But it's not just. Oh, don't
Hold on,
don't
AJ.
let me.
Listen.
No, don't get me. No, don't get it twisted. I agree with the part where she was saying where it's not cool for rappers to be calling,
Okay.
women all these different disparaging names.
I know I'm
as
saying,
well. I
but
agree
listen,
with that.
but let's follow the logic though. Let's follow the logic though.
Yeah.
So if every woman is magically influenced by a woman that don't even fucking can't Sexy
Not
Red
every
can't
woman, but yes.
most young Sexy Red can't sell out a fucking stadium. It just
Okay.
happened. She ain't nobody listening to fucking Sexy Red. She's a personality because men hate her. To be honest, I almost guarantee you, if men stop hating Sexy Red, she would fall off the face of the planet. It's the hate that keeps her on the map. It ain't the love, because not many women fuck with her like that. And I'm not even. I like Sexy Red. I'm not a hater of Sexy Red.
Yeah, I
right?
like Sexy Red too.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing against her, but I'm just telling you that she ain't who y'all niggas always mention Sexy Red like she's the face of it, but don't nobody listen to fucking Sexy Red.
People listen to Sexy Red. People listen to
They don't.
Lotto.
Where
People
are the
listen to
numbers?
people listen to Megan Thee
And what is
Stallion.
and what is
People
Meg
listen
and what
to-
is what does Lotto say? Lotto don't be
Lotto-
talking about being no hoe.
She talking
Lotto
about
be talking about the opposite of that shit.
She be talking about tricking out these niggas. She be talking about using.
She
these
ain't talking.
niggas.
Hold on,
I
time.
talk about my man, my man,
Tell-
my
Hey,
man.
eat this,
Lotto
eat
got
this-
a whole man, but hold on,
hey,
wait,
eat this
hold on,
cake,
AJ,
leave.
hold on, AJ, but AJ, hold on. Sexy Red and Lotto have two different messages, and you're
Yes.
just lumping them together, and you just saying at this point you are proving my point. You just have a negative view of women. It don't matter what they
Not
say.
at all. Not
you
at all.
do.
Completely incorrect.
Sexy
Completely
Red
incorrect.
don't say the same shit that Lotto say. That say the
Completely
same shit
incorrect.
Meg say. They don't say the same
Completely
shit. Okay,
If
prove
you
it.
go
Diane
back
just
and listen,
graduated from college, sir.
if I love that for her. If you go back and you listen to their discography, like I have, because I listen to the Lottos, the Sex Reds, the Megan, because I like hip hop and I like rap. They have in multiple songs, you can go back and listen to them, said these same ideas. Fuck these
AJ.
niggas, get their money, and fucking dip.
AJ, you know what it is, brother?
I'm not lying. You can go back and listen to their
Let's
music.
entertain that, AJ, for a second. If that's the messaging, how is that of any consequence to you?
Right.
It's
So
not
AJ,
a
the
con-
reason.
it's not
Here's
a
the thing.
consequence.
If-
I'm
wait,
AJ,
wait,
let me
only
say
wait,
something
wait.
to you real quick,
I'm
bro.
only
Too
answering
many
a question.
people. Hey, too many people talking at the same time.
Because
Go
AJ.
ahead, Kay.
y'all sentences should not be beginning in the middle of mine. Okay, so if that's your point, if you're such a high value man, number one, you wouldn't even be attracting those type
I
of
would
women.
never deem
Number
myself
two,
a high value man.
wait, though you wouldn't even entertain those type of women. So again, it would be of no consequence to you. So what is the point of getting on the fucking internet and making disparaging comments about people like a Sexy Red and like a Lotto? At the end of the day, women have been subjugated long enough by men. And honestly, women are starting to figure out y'all are transactional anyway. So what's the point of fucking even falling in love with y'all and entertaining y'all on that level? Yes, get the bread, get the head, and leave.
It
Exactly.
doesn't affect me.
Because
Okay, go ahead.
y'all
Sorry.
have been used to being the ones disposing of women. And now women are getting the messaging that they can dispose of you as well. That's what y'all don't fucking like. Y'all don't like when the
But
rabbit
see,
has
that's
to
the thing.
pew.
You think I don't like that. Again, to answer your question, I'm not personally affected by it. Only reason I brought that up is because I was posed a question and it led into that. It led into, well, why do you think all these women are out here fucking? Because the younger generation is easily fucking impressionable. And when they hear their favorite artist say, hey, fuck that nigga, get his money and get the fuck out of there, they are going and doing just that, or at least attempting to, or they believe that that's the way that they should go. That's the route that they should go. I'm not personally affected by it.
I call Cap, but I'm gonna let you respond. I need Hank to go. Hey y'all, let's keep getting the likes up, man. Let's get over 300,000. Definitely bang the cash out. Keep the live alive. I missed the last one. I'm gonna read it right now. Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, so I was just gonna tell AJ, like, the reason that we can't get through to these people is because it's a panel filled with clapped out women who come here to try to feel
All right,
better
bro, you
about
gotta
themselves.
stop. You gotta stop. I get, I
I
know,
mean,
I
it's
get it,
true.
but like,
It's true though. Is it not
we
true?
don't know
Yes
that.
or no?
We
Is it
don't
not
know
true?
that, so we can't say that. We don't know that. We don't know what they
Brother, I
do.
think it's safe to say we could make
I don't know
the
what none of
assumption
them be
there.
doing with their
That
coochie,
I
and I
mean,
ain't
bro, the
clocking it.
reason that they
That
don't
ain't my
understand
business.
this though is because they're clapped out, they're devalued, and they come to a space where so they can feel better about
Sir,
themselves
you
because they
hit
have a
that
bunch
them
of
people
people
too
Hold
hard.
on,
Are you
y'all.
co-sign on their
black?
negative behavior.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let him go. You gotta let him. You gotta let them talk. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hank. We listening.
You could provide rebuttals.
So,
Nothing to rebuttal. You just called a bunch of black women whores. Congratulations, you're a racist. Moving on.
He said these people. I don't like when white men say these people. What you mean? What people, sir?
Hank don't be reading the room, or maybe he does, and he just be coming up here to troll black people on a Monday. But yeah, Hank, that's not what's going on. Do you mind if I read your tarot cards and I tell you about what I think, what type of person you are? If that's okay, you can come off of mute.
No, but I could tell you what you do. I
No,
be
no, no, no.
watching
I'll
you,
let you.
bro.
I'll let you. I'll
So
let
you
you
side
respond to
against
me.
your own.
Hold on.
Okay, so
Hold
you
on. Hold
side
on.
against
Hold
your
on.
own
Hold on.
gender.
Hold on. Before you start talking, I just let you get off a few rounds. Can I respond? Is that okay? Before you get all hot in the pants, I'll let you come. You can say whatever you're gonna say about me. Trust me, I've heard it all before. You're not gonna say anything original, right? But let me tell you what I think. Who you are. This is who I think you are, right? Off the rip, I know you're a racist, right? You're a white man. I assume all white men are racist, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. What I think is you are bitter, right? I think AJ is bitter too. I think ML is bitter. I think most men are bitter. This is not, I don't think you guys are on the same level of bitterness. That's not what I'm saying. I think AJ is less bitter than Hank. I think that ML is less bitter than Hank. But all of y'all are bitter because all of you guys lie to women constantly. You just make up lies and you believe lies about women, right? Now, Hank, what separates you from them is I think your disdain for women is greater. I think you're more of a threat to women in real life and online, right? I think that there might be some DV in your past recently. I don't know. I really don't know. You just give me that vibe. You come off as like a DVer. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like a deep rooted disdain for women, right? And you get online to scratch that itch. You get online because it validates you. You feel good when you say that stuff, right? When you all these women is burnt out and all when you say all that shit that you like talk about in your 4chan fucking little rooms and shit, and you're on your little Reddit posts and shit like that, all your racist white men, and y'all be in there fucking high-fiving. Oh yeah, brother, all these women are burnt out, but yeah, you still can't get no coochie. If all these women are such 304s, why it seem like y'all can't never fuck them? That be the thing that be blowing my mind. If every woman is a 304, why can't y'all sleep with them? Because I really truly believe that if Hank slept with them, he wouldn't be on here complaining. Because ain't no man that's sleeping, that's actually getting to the women, especially the women they want. Ain't no way in hell he got time to get online and start lying on women in that way.
That was my point, Pug.
Wait, can I ask something about Hank? Hank actually has a bunch of pent up aggression about women that he's never gotten out because Hank would never talk about why he take women like this. He wouldn't do it to their face. He wouldn't be as bold and as crass as he was right now against black women. Hank wants to get off his shit about women, so he chose a room full of black people. So because he thought that
He can
AJ
scratch
was
all
gonna
his
go,
itches.
yeah, AJ's gonna go along.
He can scratch all his itches at once. Hating on black people, hating on black women, get his little massage noir off. That's fair.
Most black men on the internet would sit there and let his punk self do it. I'm trying to be better. Look at me. I'm delivered. So yeah, that's what Hank came up here to do. He wants to get his shit off about women, and he was like, why not about black women? Because I never
Yep.
have the gall to do it about white women.
I do want to be fair though. I do think he hates all women because I think he hates his mama. So I'm guessing the first white woman he hated was his mama. So I think he hate all women, but I think that black women, because he racist, so he's just like, hey, I get to shit on black people, and I'm glad AJ clocked it. Shout out to AJ. I respect you for saying what you said. But yeah, but AJ, to be fair, I just want you to know, to be fair, you are closer to AJ. AJ is closer to Hank than you are to me. That's what I believe. When I hear y'all talk, like, you guys are closer to one another. You guys have more in common, and you think more closely about women.
Hank just
I'm gonna be
specifically
completely
called
honest
us.
too. I'm gonna
AJ,
be
you
completely
were saying
honest.
the same thing as Hank. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be
Hank just
completely honest
specifically
with
called
you.
out the women on the
like
panel.
I can't hear. I don't even know if there's an echo or what. I can't hear nobody.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
completely
because I
honest
was
with you.
talking and Hank
Okay,
got
go
cut
ahead.
out.
Go ahead, Shan. I couldn't hear
Yeah,
shit.
AJ, you and Hank were saying the same thing. Honestly, Hank just specifically called out the women on the panel and the women in this room, and you
Y'all are
were making it
trash.
seem
The
like,
women
oh,
on
it's
this
some
panel are
other
trash,
women.
including yourself, Shenanigan.
That's fine.
Cam
AJ,
up, Hank.
you were trying to make it seem like it's some other women out there, and Hank is just saying like, oh no, I'm going to point to these women specifically on the panel. And personally, I don't really care what Hank has to say about me. He also needs that itch scratched of like me getting upset about what he's saying, but he's literally so insignificant in real life and online that I couldn't even be bothered to care.
Can I say something?
No.
Hank-
Oh, I'm
Hank
sorry,
could-
ML. Go ahead, ML. I'm
Hank
sorry.
couldn't even drink my bath water, so yeah.
Yo,
Kim said for dry dick Hank, she put $1 on it.
Nobody
Go
wants
ahead.
to hit that K.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
But she married with kids. Go ahead, ML.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Poor guy.
Okay. Do you have a problem with specific black women or just all black women? Or all women in general?
That was for you, Hank. Not for me.
Oh yeah, no, it's all women. I'm not racist. They just wanted to blow
Ah,
up.
you
Do what they wanted to
racist.
do.
You definitely
How
racist,
so?
but
How am I racist?
how are you racist? You mean you want me to tell you the history
so
of
repeat the question
America?
back to yourself because you want to think of something to talk
No.
about.
I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
it to you because the question you're asking sounds stupid. How are you like? How did you become racist?
I
Or
mean,
what makes you
what have I
racist?
said what have I said that indicates that I'm a racist?
It's your first of all. None of us are stupid, so we listen for
Right, so
things.
are you
I don't know if
going
you
to
ever
keep
heard
on
of this stuff.
monologuing, or are
Hold
you-
on, Hank. Like how you trying to talk over a black man? That's like some racist shit. How you was trying to talk over the
because I'm
black
trying to
women?
talk over
How you
you, that
been?
means
How you
I'm
been
racist.
interrupting? How you been interrupting the black women? That's some racist shit. Also, why don't you go yell at a bunch of white women?
Exactly. Why are you here to tell us we're whores? Go tell your mama she a whore.
Yeah.
How about that? Go tell that to your sisters and your mother. You came to a room full of black
Any
women.
promiscuous
who
women,
try
I
to
call them out.
us specifically whores. That's the racist part. Because there's plenty.
They got
of
10 on
rooms-
Hank head.
There are plenty of rooms with white women that you could call whores, but you chose to call black women whores. Why? Because you're
I
racist.
go in all the rooms where I.
Yeah.
There.
Well,
You have no
that's
power
fair.
here, Hank. I do. Shut the fuck up, whore.
And that shows how miserable you are, because why do you seek out spaces to be disparaging towards women? Like, that's so fucking
I mean,
weird
hey,
to me.
if I'm swiping and I see some 304s,
If you
I'm
were
gonna call them
getting
out.
laid, if you were getting laid in real life, you wouldn't even be online
So,
with this bullshit.
let
You
me-
so
let me
fucking
ask-
miserable.
Let me ask Hank a question. Hank, are all women 304s in your mind?
No, but show me their friends.
But okay, so what constitutes as a 304?
So it's plagued very deep in Western society, in
But-
American.
So
Western
what? So
society.
what
So
constitutes?
even if you have good women
What-
left,
what
you're
constitutes
still
a
gonna have
304,
friends
Hank?
Who are engaging in this
Hold on,
promiscuous
Hank.
culture,
Hank,
as we
Hank,
were talking about before.
Hank,
Sexy
Hank,
Red,
we don't give a fuck.
Megan Thee Stallion.
We don't give a fuck. Answer the question. They got 21 on his head. Answer the question, Hank.
I
What?
did.
No, you
just
didn't.
want to keep monologuing.
I don't want to monologue. I'm
Yeah,
asking
bro,
you a
because-
fucking question. You
Because every
idiot.
time I come up here, bro,
Listen, sir. I want you to understand. I don't play those
Right, so
games.
keep
I'm
monologuing.
I'm being dead serious. I'm trying to ask you a question. There's no monologue involved. I want to ask you a question.
So
Are all women 304s? And you said no. What constitutes a 304? What makes a woman a 304? Not all that other bullshit. I don't give a fuck about their friends or whatever the fuck you
trying
talking
to
about.
Justify 304 behavior as women empowerment or woke behavior. Like, it's a crock of shit. Do you agree? So this is what I think, bro. You side against your own gender for shit you don't even believe.
I don't like y'all. I will
It's for
drop you on
female
your
attention
Hank.
too,
Hank,
bro. It
Hank,
really-
Hank.
I
I gotta tell you something about this. I will drop you on your head in real life. I don't give a fuck about none of you niggas. None of y'all. None of y'all. I don't like none of y'all personally. Side against my gender. What you talking about?
I think you're
That sound like some. That sound like I'm scary in real life.
In real life,
The man.
I
Hold
think
on.
you're
Wait.
scary.
Hold on. Hank. The man on camera every day. The man that shows his face. The man that
Right,
is
right.
the
Hiding-
man. The
hiding
man.
behind the screen,
Hold on.
right?
Hold on. We all are though, technically. Because what can we do?
This is
I'm not the one that said.
Hold on. But you gotta understand what you're saying. It doesn't make sense. Out of us too. You can say I'm scary that all you want to. You will never. I know for a fact you will never try to find out if I am in real life. I know that for a fact. You will never try to find out. You will never try to make that a real thing, right? I know that. I'm not stupid. I know how you niggas, because I know how scary y'all are, right? But I'm saying that the man that you see my face every day, the man that don't give a fuck about what other men think about him, I'm scary.
Yeah, you're not squaring up, bro. I can already see it in your
But
face.
here's the
And who
thing,
dropped
Hank.
his location
He's
last
definitely.
week?
Hey,
Wait,
AJ, let me get a
Hank.
cosign on this, bro.
There's the person who's
Not
hiding
squaring
behind
up,
the
You gotta
avatar.
stop saying my name,
Wait,
gang. I'm
wait.
not co-signing
Bro,
shit you say, dog. You
AJ, look,
Is he out
They
of
got
his fucking
25 on
mind?
his head. They
I
say
don't
Hank
gotta
a
be
bigot.
scary,
Hey, is
bro.
he out of his fucking mind?
Check Cash App. I sent 25 too.
I know it was 25 and you just finished it. Yeah. Yeah, Hank, I'm just being
Don't
honest with
say,
you,
let
brother.
me get a cosign. Are you out of your fucking mind?
He said AJ, yeah. No, nigga.
Fuck no.
Nah, bro, get the fuck up out of here, fam. But yeah, hey,
Listen to you because he thought you was on his side for a reason.
He out of his white motherfucking mind if he thought I was gonna
But
agree
you-
with him
hey,
saying
but-
anything to anybody that's black. I'm sorry. I say what I say about y'all, and it's never usually like direct, but I'm not finna sit up and let no YT person just and I'll co-sign it. Nah, I'm cool.
that's
I'm
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, though, AJ, that's what I'm saying. Like
I
that's
haven't, but see, and that's
I'm
why I
not
wanted to
saying
say
you-
I've
let me
never
finish, let me
cos.
finish
I've
real
never.
quick,
What
real
did I
quick, let me
co-sign?
finish. You
Okay.
didn't co-sign what he said, but there's a reason he reached out to you for support because he heard you talking and he heard you repeating the same things that he believes. But then when a white man was saying it to us, that's when it became too much.
Yeah, you just
But
said it
when you were
respectful.
saying it, it was perfectly fine. But then when a white man said it, now you hear the bigotry in it.
But his message was completely different from mine. If you
It
listen
wasn't.
to it, because
It wasn't.
he said
You just
no.
said
He said
disrespectful.
It was the
no.
same
He
packaging,
said
baby.
he
Hold on,
said
let AJ tell us what he thought it
said
was.
the majority of all women are whores. Not one time in my entire time of being up here or in life have I ever said a statement so fucking stupid in my life. Never in life.
Now
So
let me ask you.
tell
Now
me, okay, go ahead.
what my question to that would be this.
Tell me the statement that I made that coincided with his
What he believed.
Yes.
That sexy red is brainwashing women to be promiscuous.
What I said was there are if not 30 to 40 to 50% of the newer generation who is easily molded, whose favorite rappers are pushing a sexual agenda towards them and they're going along with it.
But AJ, listen to what you're saying though. You said y'all didn't agree, but I'm telling you, that is a part that you agreed on because he agreed with you there. He also agreed that the numbers are significant, which also isn't true. I told you, you and him are almost the same minus the racism. You and him, if you take out the racism, you and him are exactly the same. That's what I be trying to get black men to understand. This is not a
That to
game.
be true.
Okay, you don't see it. You see the racism, but you don't see the misogyny. Black men can
you're
easily
saying it
clock
as if-
racism, and we can't clock misogyny.
I would agree if what I said was like if my attempt was to shame the
Hold on,
women who do listen
AJ,
to
hold
the
on, wait.
to the sex
Let
rate.
me ask you a question. Or let me not ask you a question. Let me tell you why y'all are saying the same shit and why it hasn't. The things you're saying about women, are a lie. Just to put it bluntly, it ain't even like a matter of this. Like it's a lie. I'm not even saying you're lying necessarily because you could really believe it, right? I'm saying you have bought in to a lie. You are perpetuating a lie about women, right? So
which is what?
the lie, the first lie is that 50% of women are promiscuous.
I said of the newer
generation. I know, which is even, that's what I'm saying. It's the opposite of the truth because the newer generation is less promiscuous than the older generation based on every metric. The birth rate is down. Sexual partners are down. So by every metric, it says that you're wrong. So you are ignoring that. You're
But there
just
also
saying
are more contraceptives being used between birth control, between IUDs, between different types of medicine to keep you up. But that to keep the birth rate down as well. That doesn't mean that sex has gone down.
I'm not
Just
saying
the birth rate has gone
no,
down.
no. But no. But they are. It's been reported that women are having less sex though. The newer generation is. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So I'm coupling them two together. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that everything is caused by women not having sex. I'm saying, but that is contributing to it, right?
Okay.
So I'll give you the contraception as well. Just like that's not the end all be all. That's just a part of it. But also a part of it is women not having sex. Women are abstaining from having sex. Women are abstaining from having children. Whatever you want to say, right? Cool.
More women
So
being in lesbian relationships, more women, you know what I'm saying? It's
I
more
don't. I don't know. I don't know if more women are in lesbian relationships.
I mean from the older generation, not like
I don't
compared
know
to
if-
maybe.
Cool, maybe, but that's irrelevant because what would happen is a lesbian woman would just choose to not be in any relationship if she couldn't be in a relationship with a woman. I'm sure most of the time. I'm talking about within the last 40 years, not 60 years, 40 years. Yeah, they just choose not to be in a relationship with anybody. But cool. So, but here's what I'm saying. Like just trying to minimize it, right?
Right.
That is a part of the abuse that women suffer every day, which leads to violence against women. So the things you're saying online leads to abuse against women in real life. The lies you're telling about women online leads to men using that in real life. They use these talking points. They use this manipulation. They
Right.
use this form of abuse in real life. So you get online and abuse women.
But
And
my
then
statement was never, hey, y'all shouldn't have sex with whoever you want to have
But
sex with.
AJ
I just pointed to a direction of where the idea or maybe where this newfound influx of not propaganda. I don't want to call it propaganda or an agenda, but just the sound of it comes from. I never said, "Hey, don't listen to her. You can't fuck who you want
AJ,
to. How dare you fuck these niggas?" I never said that shit.
but
Do what you
AJ,
want to do.
that's the crazy part about misogyny though. It's not always cut and dry and direct, and that's what men can't seem to understand. You don't have to flat out say IHATE women. Okay,
Right.
that's not just what misogyny is. Misogyny is the idea that women don't have autonomy over their own bodies, that women are worthless and have less value because they slept with several men. And y'all, and to go back to the body count thing, y'all wouldn't even know the difference. That your cat stretches 10 centimeters to push out a fucking
100%.
baby, and it goes back to normal. Okay.
Right.
So here.
But before you leave that,
wait.
I know.
This
I don't
idea-
want you to forget that last topic.
But
When-
this idea
Okay, go ahead.
that
Go ahead.
women can be easily discarded is what men perpetuate. That's
But
what
when did
makes it
I say
misogyny.
that? But when did I say that? I never said that in no statement
You
that I
literally
made, even
got up
talking
here-
about Sexy Red. No, I did
You're
not.
okay. Sexy Red, giving the impression that it's okay for women to be sexually liberated. That's literally what you fucking
But
said.
I never said that that was wrong. When did I say that that wasn't okay? I never said that it wasn't okay. What I said was I was pointing to that as a opening or a gateway for more individuals to feel the same way. I never once said that that was a problem. And I never once said that it was
What?
The
shameful.
lie that you told, hold on, real quick. The lie that you told AJ is that it's happening at all on a large scale. That's the point that we're trying to get you to understand. Multiple of us have explained to you how
Yes.
it is not, women are not more promiscuous now than they were in the past. It's just not the truth by any real metric. And you keep wanting to say, no, forget that. I choose to believe based on what I've seen in my world that it is true, and that women in the younger generation are more promiscuous than before. And we're telling you no actual facts point to that. So then when a white man comes up here and says, you're talking to a bunch of young hoes, he got that shit from you. He didn't get it from you, but he's repeating what you just said. Really, he's the one you got it from.
But in
White
his
men,
brain,
y'all
in his
got that
brain,
shit. I'm not done, AJ.
sorry, go ahead.
The talking points that y'all peddle, y'all get from men like Hank. He is the one that pushes those messages out there, and y'all, black men of all ages, pick them up and run with them and bring them to us. But you got that shit from Hank. You got that lie from Hank and men like him.
I didn't get
You're just
any
repeating.
lie. I didn't get any live from Hank. The idea that women are being more sexually liberated due to mainstream media, the people that they listen to, the friends that they hang around, which is okay. Fuck who you want to fuck. The idea that I'm getting that from is from women on social media and in talk and in conversation that I have on here, on Twitter, on Instagram, in person. I don't have to get a talking point from any white man or any other black man. These are conversations that are on this platform and other social media platforms, and from what I see in real time in real life.
Can I say something, Hank, real quick?
I'm not Hank. AJ.
My bad, AJ.
It's okay.
My bad,
It's
AJ.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Can
It's
I
okay.
say something? We've been talking about Hank. Can I say something real quick, y'all?
Yes.
The idea of sexual liberation has evolved, and I
Yes.
need y'all to understand this, because that's the message that I'm going to be pushing for the rest of forever. Evolution happens. So sexual liberation in the past looked like we weren't able to have sex with whoever we wanted to, so now we're going to do that. Sexual liberation, what sexual liberation looks like for our generation is we are able to have sex with whoever we want to, but we just don't want to anymore because we have the ability to not do it and to abstain from doing it. That is our version of sexual liberation nowadays. In this generation, I'm talking about millennials, Gen Z, and the younger part of Gen X, some of them. Our version of sexual liberation looks like we can talk about it, but we don't got to do it. We can abstain. We're not animals. That's also sexual liberation, and we need y'all to understand that for yourself, not even for us.
Also, a part of sexual liberation is I don't need to have nobody fucking babies. That's a huge part of the sexual liberation. Is like I ain't having nobody kids. I could be child free. Don't judge me. How dare you judge me because I don't want to have your fucking babies.
And a lot of the young generation is saying fuck them kids. So
and I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know where you get that from. A lot of them in the comments saying, "Thank God."
They team fuck them babies.
But that's what I was saying. But that's what I was saying. Like, just because you're team fuck that babies doesn't mean you're not team fuck dick or fuck vagina or smagina or however y'all say it on social media.
How it looks. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you, AJ. This is how it looks. Sexual liberation for myself. I can go 2 years without getting none. And then I can be like, I'm looking for the whole, like for a month. Find somebody, smash him, and dip out on him. And then go celibate again for another 2 to 3 to 5 years, whatever I want to do. So how am I 3 or 4 if I'm having sex with one person every 2 to 3 to 4 years? Like, that doesn't make sense as a 30-year-old woman.
But see, going back to what, and I forgot who said it, but going back to that state, that's what I think Hank's issue was. He was equating with whatever I was saying with, oh yeah, you promiscuous, you a hoe. Never nothing I ever said. If you feel like, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was going to ask you, then what qualifies a woman to be a hoe? Why is this behavior problematic? Do you think, even if it exists, how is it problematic to me?
But that's the thing. And maybe that's my biggest issue because I'm arguing from a centered standpoint. Because who the fuck cares?
Don't argue from the center, but don't argue from the center though.
Yes, yeah, I don't. You could ask me right now, hey, what makes a hoe? And I'll be like, I don't know. Do you sell it? Like,
that's the only thing that makes a person a hoe to me is if you sell it.
That's the only thing to me would be because if you fuck whatever the number is, you have that right because you are a human being. You have the right to do that. He equated me saying, oh, Sexy Red is telling girls to go fuck that nigga, get that money and leave to, man, these hoes tripping. Never did I ever say that or will ever say that out my mouth. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
You're missing the point, AJ, and it's because you are centered. The point is you didn't have to say it, but the idea of, oh, Sexy Red is influencing masses of women. Hank could have just slid in at that time of you saying it, and he like, oh, this my kinfolk. Let me hop up there because me and bro, and that's exactly what happened because that is one of their talking points. That's what Pub, Shan, and Kay have been trying to get you to see. That is one of their talking points when they. So if you don't want to be associated with these type of men, then you have to stop talking like them
Because when
that's
do
how they speak.
because when do but no, I was gonna say exactly, Lynn. It perfectly said. Because I was gonna ask AJ, because when do they tell the truth? You see what I'm saying? Like if you actually analyze, like talking to a red pill, as you can see, it's like talking to a racist person. They never tell the truth. So why would you want to be center, right? You're saying you're center in this conversation, but there is no center, because center just means your half of you or a part of you is on the wrong side. You're still on the wrong side. So yeah, there may be a part of you that isn't as extreme, but half of you is on the wrong side, and that's the point. So if you're in the middle, you're still wrong. Don't be in the middle.
And what would be the wrong? And the wrong side is saying that Sexy Red has influenced the generation, or however many, individuals or generation with her music. The Megan Stallions have been.
That is wrong.
So that's wrong. So that's wrong. So they haven't influenced anybody.
Let me
Not
explain
saying
to you
that.
why. The reason that's wrong is because, and I think this is the worst thing that one of the worst things the red pill movement has done. It has demonized youth. It has demonized young people and people who, do the same shit that their generation did when they were young, that the generation before did when they were young, even worse. And now they are older. They've gotten all their fun out of their system, and now they want to shame everybody else who's in that age group to do the things that they were doing. And it's acting like the Trinas and the Lil Kims, and Sexy Red, for every Sexy Red song, have you heard a Trina song?
Yes.
Have you heard a Lil Kim song? And that's just the women. Let's get on the men. And Public tried to bring this up earlier.
100%.
Hip hop and rap and the vulgar shit that they have had to say for decades has never been a red flag or a problem to anybody until all of a sudden the women started taking a piece of the pie. Now it's they're gonna influence the young ladies.
I will say in the 90s, C. Dolores Tucker went on Capitol Hill and was basically trying to get hip hop to get hella censored or whatever, which I'm not for hip hop getting censored. But if you read about what C. Dolores Tucker was saying, she was right. She was right. She was right in so many ways. She was right. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in taking it to Capitol Hill and trying to get it censored. I don't think that that's ever really the approach. Is to censor the artist. It's to you don't, in these cases. I don't think you try to censor people. You fight a bad idea with a good idea. You know what I'm saying? So if you want the kids not to be promiscuous and you don't say no Sexy Red, no Sexy Red. You teach them the value of respecting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the cure. The cure ain't cut the head off of Sexy Red. Like she ain't the head of it. She
are already less promiscuous. That's what
already. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. It's not like I'm saying Sexy Red is the driving force that's driving women to.
Then why do we keep mentioning her? Then why are we mentioning her?
Because it's only an aspect. It goes.
Who do you think has influenced women, if women are promiscuous nowadays? Who do you think has more influence and power over women, men or women?
Men.
Exactly. So why is the person you're mentioning a woman, conveniently?
Because it's still an aspect of it. Men can still be a driver, and it's not like I haven't said that men aren't.
But you didn't though. This whole time you didn't. You've been only talking about women.
Because we've only been able to stick on this one point because I was trying to defend the point that I was making. But that's not that. But I also already said that that's not the only part of it. Just like I pointed to the social media, just like I pointed to the IUD. However many different points I hit, it somehow has to keep sticking on this whole Sexy Red argument.
Well, let me move it.
Okay.
I listened to Dirty Sprite 2, and I promise you.
Hey, Dirty Sprite 2 kind of hard, Lynn. I ain't gonna even hold you.
I can promise you that I cannot hear nothing talking. Nothing talking, but y'all in these earphones right now. Like I promise you that I haven't popped no pills.
Mm-hmm.
I can promise you I ain't snorted nothing. I ain't pulled nothing up.
But you're a minority, Lynn.
Many of us know.
You think Lynn is the minority?
Not a minority. Let me rephrase that. Not the minority.
Have you
Do you think
listened
Lynn
to
is?
That was
Wait. Why do you think?
pause,
Okay, go ahead. I'm
Nobody
sorry.
jump down
I'm
my throat.
sorry.
I was
I'm
wrong. I
sorry.
was wrong. I was wrong.
Well,
Not
let
the
me ask you
minority.
about you.
Okay.
No,
Have you been pouring up and taking perkies and
no,
stuff since listening to Future?
no. Do it
Do
look
you
like I
listen
take
to
Perky?
Future?
We don't
Do you
know. I
listen
don't
to
know what nigga.
Future?
No. But
You
I
don't
also
listen
don't.
to
I'm not the
Future?
biggest Future. I'm not the biggest Future fan. No.
Me
Okay,
either.
I mean, have you listened to any rapper nowadays? Like I listen
I
to
used to
King
listen to
Von,
Wayne a
and
lot.
I
I
can
used to listen to
promise you
Wayne.
that same point.
Yeah.
I listen to right. I listen to King Von, and
Hey,
I ain't pew nobody
Yeah.
ever.
Wayne said, she said, I never want to make you mad. I just want to make you proud. I said, baby, just make me come. Then don't make a sound. That was some of the most misogynistic shit. I remember thinking about that shit at the time. I was like, God damn, this nigga just want to fuck her and
Hey,
tell
it
her
was
this.
cool. It was cool.
Hey,
It
but
was cool to say.
Wayne also said I wouldn't care if she was a prostitute and she
Wayne?
hit every man that she ever knew, and y'all
Yep.
out here screaming down with the 304.
He,
So
he
if
also
we
said
listen to
beautiful.
rappers,
He also said beautiful brown skin, but I bet that bitch look better red.
Oh yeah, Wayne the colorist like a mother.
So
Wayne is a mother. Hey, top 5 dead or alive most colorist rappers. Wayne is number 2 probably. I think he number 1 or 2.
number one.
He
might
1 or
be number
2.
one.
He up there. He 1 or 2. I give you flip a coin.
He like a red bone. He definitely like a light skin.
I like
Yeah.
the red bone. Yeah, that nigga love him a red bone.
Yeah, no, he like
whole
him a red
time,
bone for sure.
the only woman he ever made is not that.
A dark skin, his daughter. Hey, and his baby mama fine.
Gorgeous brown dark skinned woman.
No, he ain't missed. He ain't
And
missed.
it
His
never
His
stopped
baby
him.
mama.
His baby mama fine as shit.
It never stopped him from continuing to rap about how much he love a red bone, beautiful red skin. She look better red. Blah, blah,
Everybody
blah.
dark.
Every time I
Everybody in the
see
family
Wayne,
dark.
every time I see Wayne baby mama, even though he rich, I'll be like, damn, how you get with her?
He got one. He got one.
I be like, how the fuck that nigga get with her, man?
He got the one with Lauren London.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Lauren London kind of light skin, kind of fair skin.
She is light skinned.
Is very light skinned.
Laura London is definitely light skinned.
Lauren London is very light.
Nivea is kind of light skinned. We can say Nivea is kind of light skinned, but
Kinda.
kind of.
Toya dark.
She lighter, yeah.
Yeah, Toya
The
is
point
brown skin.
is-
Toya brown skin, yeah.
And Toya is bad as shit. All his baby mama's bad. But the point is, AJ, we are not out here pushing. We're not
Nivea
young and
got-
that dough.
Nivea
We're
got
not
Bobby
doing
Brown
that.
jaw. Nivea got Bobby Brown jaw, and I ain't gonna hold you. When she was when he knocked it down, she was bad, but now she got Bobby Brown jaw. Let's not, yeah. I fucks with Nivea though. I fuss with Nivea, but she be wilding a little bit.
And Nivea, your color, Shan. But
no, like even what you were,
go ahead.
Because even when you were talking about Future, when you were talking about Future and the syrup and it, like, yes, you weren't affected by that, but that's not ignoring the multitude of individuals who listen to an NLE Chopper, who listen to a King Von, who listen to a Lil Wayne, who listen to a this, who listen to a that, men, women included, and go and be like, man, that's cool, man. I'ma go shoot dice and rob my homeboys.
The masses, though, AJ. Yes,
But a large amount.
There aren't people doing it. It's not a large amount. Come on now.
I say
Most black men
40%.
are hold on, AJ. Most black men are shooting dice and pewing people.
No. I'm not. I didn't say most.
And
but
taking smugs. 40%. Fuck it. 40%. 40% of black men.
Even if it's not like, and I was finna retract. If it's not 40%, I'm standing on it. I'm standing on 20. I'm standing on 20.
I'll give you 20. Because you know what's funny? Because when niggas talk about that life, like I wasn't pewing people or nothing like that. But when you talk about like just like extreme behaviors, I did most of that shit growing up. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, yeah, I had a friend group that did that. But a lot of boys like my age, their parents would tell them to not hang out with us. Like most of their parents would be like, nah, don't hang out with them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop, but maybe for you, but
they didn't hang out with us. They didn't hang out with us though.
But there's a lot of parents who told their, hey, don't hang out with them folks. They ain't got nothing good. And then guess what? So right after school, I'm hanging right out with them niggas. They cool.
I'm trying,
I
AJ.
think
I'm
they
All
cool.
I'm
I'm
trying to tell
confused.
you.
Was y'all
I,
watching
I'm trying to
anime
tell
or
you,
was y'all pew pewing people?
No,
bro. AJ,
I wasn't.
we was hooping, and this is we was the bad kid, bro. The majority of the niggas in my hood was not gangbangers, but it was a lot of niggas that gangbanged.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I'll agree. I'll even go higher with you for gangbanging. About 1 out of 3 was active. 1 out of 3 of my homies was active, right? I would say in my cohort, because I had 8 niggas that we kicked it with,
Yeah.
tough from junior high to 20 years old. I would say 3 of them actually ended up getting put on a hood or our hood that the hood that I grew up in. 2 of them got put on the hood that I was in. Shit, nah, 3 of them. 3 of them got put on the hood, and 1 of them got put on a different hood. So damn near half, right?
Did you grow up in the You grew up in the Carmelita?
I grew up in Springdale. on the west.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
same
me
shit,
and
just
But
on the
Pub
think
west.
grew
about
up
that.
in
That's just half of
AJ.
like your group.
AJ, me and Pub grew up in the same area, and he grew up a couple years before me. And by the time I was his age when they were doing this, that number dropped significantly.
Oh, it was lower. Yeah. By y'all time, it was like
way
not many niggas was
lower
doing that shit. Yeah, they was
at
in the
all.
house
It was
more.
But that also attests to people moving around though. But think about it. That's in y'all's neighborhood though, because a lot of the times people also just moved around. Like this newer generation has moved around to the South, the East Coast. There's still some on the West Coast, but I don't think it's as
Talking about
rampant.
AJ. You just want to believe this shit. You just want to believe
It's not that I just want to
I
believe it,
think
but
you
sounded more and more like a racist
you sound like a racist white person.
how?
You sound like a racist white person. The things you're saying about black people are just if a white person said it, you would be like, hell no, dog, don't put me in that. But you saying and it's like we gotta accept it. No, nigga, I'm telling you.
Wait,
was
okay,
you there?
hold on. Wait,
AJ,
wait,
was you
wait,
there
wait,
though?
wait,
No, wait.
wait.
On some real shit. Was you there?
No.
And the things you talking about, you wasn't even there. I'm telling you, nigga, I was there.
But
You can't.
what I'm s- but
You
if
not
I'm
making
t-
sense.
Like for instance, my high school when I went to high school years back, I was going to high school in one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in my city. And I can't say my city because I don't want to, give out the low or whatever, but it's still bad to this day. I'm not saying that like, they just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But I'm not gonna not acknowledge the fact that shit be bad, and I'm not gonna not acknowledge the fact that a lot of these individuals have been influenced by their.
So did most black people grow up in under those circumstances that you're describing? Because if you're saying
black people grow
yeah,
up
because
in
you're
those
hold on, listen what you're saying to me. You're saying you're taking the most extreme portion of black people and you're judging the majority of black people based on the most extreme version of black people.
Not
right?
necessarily, because even in neighborhoods that are impoverished, like there are still.
You think most black people in the hood criminals?
No, God, no.
Okay.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No,
that is what you're saying though. That's what you were alluding to. Then you walked it back to 20%. You think 1 out of 5 black people in the neighborhood is a criminal?
No, that's not. Again, that's not.
That is literally what you said, AJ.
That's not what I said. That is something you deduced. That is something.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me.
Hold on. You've deduced from a
AJ,
statement that I made saying.
Hold on. It's shooting dice, pew-pewing at people, doing smugs, not criminal activities.
Yes, it could be. Yes,
they are. Yes. All 3 are.
Yes.
You said 1 out of 5, 20%, black people do that. So I just asked you, do you think 1 out of 5 black people are criminals? And you said no. But you already did. You said we are criminals. You said 1 out of 5 black people in the hood is criminals. And that's criminal. That's criminal. That's a criminal take. 1 out of 5, my nigga?
I think
AJ, listen to me, sweetheart. AJ, listen to me. Listen.
Okay,
listen.
Go ahead.
1 out of 5, AJ. Come on, family. That's AJ, high, bro.
If that's what you said, but if that's not what you meant, I will give that to you. Probably nobody else will give that to you. But let me say this. If that's not what you meant, you need to listen so you can understand how you sound. So you will stop repeating that and sounding like that. If that's not what you want to portray to others, please listen so you can understand and you can stop portraying that to everybody else,
Because
because you
it's
sound like a racist white tea person.
and you're committed to the foolishness that you're saying. And the crazy part about it is you literally said, because I was trying to defend my point. Our point is, are you still trying to defend a point that we have conveyed to you over and over is wrong? And you're still trying to defend that point.
Because I was asking on what basis did you deem that it was wrong, and I just
Because
heard
the
because
majority.
but the only thing that I heard was because we're women and we're telling you it's wrong, so it's wrong, and I'm
No,
like,
but most women aren't promiscuous. Most women aren't influenced by Sexy Red. Most black people aren't criminalistic. 1 out of 5 black people ain't criminalistic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just what you're saying on every level is just wrong. And it ain't like just my
argument was
opinion.
never
Like we could talk.
most.
No,
My argument was never most.
AJ. It did start off as most, and you rolled it
No,
back.
it
Then
never.
you
It
rolled it
was
back.
never
You rolled
most.
it back to half. You rolled it back
30
to
and
half.
40% is not most women. 30
No,
and
that was
40. And
okay.
now that was
So
a
you
wrong.
think
Now that was a
okay?
wrong. Now that was a wrong amount. And
You
I can
think
agree
40?
to that. That was a very wrong
That's what
amount.
I'm saying. But the point is, the vast majority of women are not the women you're describing. It is a very small group of women, and you keep saying it. You keep. Then I'm just telling you, all your numbers are wrong. The 20% is too high. The 30% is way too. The 40%. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I
That's
agree.
why
The
people.
30-40 is way too high.
But
I'm
so is
looking at,
20% though. You got it, bro. Listen
and
to
I
what I'm
would have
saying.
to, and that's where we
One
make
out
it.
of five. 1 out of 5. Look, sir, respectfully, 1
Mhm,
out of 5 women are
mhm.
not getting bread, getting head, and leaving, as the song says.
Define for you what would be promiscuous for you.
That's why I don't fucking talk about promiscuity, because it's stupid. The definition of promiscuity is to have smecks with
Multiple sexual partners.
in a short period. No, in a short period of time. Because if I'm 42, right, and I was single
Right.
this whole time, and I had 100, and I slept with 100 women, that wouldn't be a lot. That wouldn't make me promiscuous. I know people, hey, hell yeah, but no. If you just think about the numbers, since I was 18, right? So let's say since I was an adult, that's 24 years. 24 years. So that's 4 women a year. Cool. Let's cut it in half. Let's say 2 women a year, right? Let's say I got 50 bodies from 18 to 42. Is that crazy? 2 women a year on average. I'm saying that's just on average. It ain't got to be 2 women every year. It could be 1 woman this year, 3 women the next year, right? But on average, 2 women a year, not crazy. 2 sexual partners a year, not crazy, right?
Not at all.
Cool.
Right.
Now, but if I said 50 bodies and I was 20, you would be like, whoa, that's a little
side eye.
it's a little high there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what promiscuity is. That's what
But
promiscuity is.
And here's the thing, to give you raw numbers, I lost my virginity when I was 20. I'm 35 now.
Sorry.
So even if I had 15 bodies, that's 1 body a year.
hmm
By y'all logic. So I'm a
Yeah.
whore?
No. Who's saying that? Well, okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that, but no one's saying that if you got 15. But okay, I got to stop saying no one's saying that, because there are idiots who say that if you have 15, if you got more than 10 bodies, you're a whore. There are idiots who say that, but again, they're idiots. They're stupid. They're stupid individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not.
If they're stupid, AJ, here's the point that we all keep trying to get at. If they're
hmm
stupid, when you come up here, because your very first point when you came up here was to argue that body count does matter to men, but they just are too afraid to ask about it because they're gonna get, oh, he's lame,
Shamed
blah
for
blah
it.
blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that's so stupid, then why is it that you're arguing that body count matters and that Sexy Red has such an influence on all these women and blah 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 blah? That's stupid too. You keep
Body
trying to
count.
distance yourself
Body
from the
count
same
does
points
not.
that you're making, and that's the
Body
part we are
count.
confused about.
Okay, so let me put a flagpole in where I stand. Body count does not matter. Can we all agree?
Yes, I agree. Body count does not matter.
Sure.
Now, the part that
Not to
you
me.
are,
Hold on, time out. Hold on, wait. I'm sorry.
yes,
Let me back that up. Body count doesn't matter to me.
okay,
I think it's fair for each individual person to make that assessment based on them. My thing with body count is how men try to weaponize it against women. I don't give a fuck
correct.
if you are a if you are a person, man or woman, and you don't want to be with a person who has slept with a lot of people, in your mind, whatever that number is for you, right? Because it may speak to a person's character or whatever the case may be, right? However you feel, I am perfectly okay with you doing that, as long as A, you don't get on the internet and do that shit, and B, as long as you yourself fall in line with that same practice and that same ideology. I don't give a fuck. I think that that's perfectly fair. I think it's rational. If a woman or a man has only been with 2 people and they don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that's been with 30 people, right? I get that. People can say it's weird. I don't think that that's weird. I think that that is their choice. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's weird when you weaponize it. It's weird when you project it onto everybody else. That's when it's weird to me. I'm okay with it being a personal choice. It's saying it's their bodies. If you don't want to give up your body to a person that has done that, ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't think you are wrong at all whatsoever. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's all I want to add. I don't want to say like body count is stupid. I don't believe that. I'm not going to shame the people that do believe in it for them, those types of people.
And I never looked at it like that, but I do. I've never looked at it like that. I do agree. Now the other point that I'm putting my flag on that everyone seems to disagree with, and I'm completely fine with y'all disagreeing with it, is that mainstream media, whether it be rap, even with some of the R&B singers, they have influenced a younger generation to not care as much about having sex with men, whatever, and that's okay, and that's okay. Okay, hey, you can believe that if you want to.
So statistically,
hold on, let me finish, and then y'all can have all the rest of the time because I definitely got to go to work in a little bit. But there are a number of artists and mainstream media, both men and women, who have told women that, hey, look, it's fuck it. You can have sex with whoever you want to. Fuck these niggas, get that money, play these niggas, make these niggas trick off on you, make them pay your bills. Great. They have influenced a younger generation who is coming up.
And what does that actually look like, AJ?
Numbers are down, not up.
Yeah, I know. But 100%, we already told them that a million times. So what does that actually look like, AJ?
What do you mean as far as what?
What does that translate to? You're saying that it's happening, but I'm saying, what does it actually translate to in the real world? How does it actually translate to the real world?
That exact women having sex with niggas and getting money.
Yeah, but if the numbers are down, literally, if the numbers are down, what do you like? So if we were looking, what exact number is
AJ?
Down? If we were comparing
say it again, Jones.
70s, and we were comparing the 1970s to 2024, the amount of casual sex that was being had in the 70s compared to right now is half.
By what number and by what study?
By half. Jesus Christ.
I'm just asking what the
hold on, AJ. Let's just hold on, wait, AJ, wait.
University. American Sociological Association. I mean,
that's good enough. That's good enough, Jones. I just want to say something to him about this real quick. Before we start getting into sources and all of that stuff, I just want you to understand that nothing you're saying is rooted in anything that is linked to a source. So why can't it be that what we're saying, like, but fuck a source, right? Why can't it be that what we're saying is just true because observably we can see that what you're saying doesn't make sense? And then why can't you make your point from that standpoint? That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you can't substantiate it statistically. So I'm asking you to tell us, what does it actually look like in the real world? That's what I'm asking you.
Between 2000 and 2018, the rate of sexually inactive men aged 18 to 24 went from 18.9% to 30.9%.
Damn.
From 2000 to 2018.
And that's of men, correct? Sexually inactive men.
Yeah. So if men aren't having sex, ages 18 to 24, then what does that say about women, friend?
That doesn't necessarily mean that women aren't having sex.
Thank you, Jesus.
Who are they having?
That means they're just not having sex with men. That means they're just not having sex with men.
They're still a minority. That's a low number.
No, but what I'm saying is they're not having. But you're saying you're using that and saying, well, if they're not having sex with women, who they having sex?
Well,
No,
I think
that
what
just
Jones is
means
saying. I think what Jones is really pointing at is the number of people in general overall, which would include women, men and women, are not having
Okay,
sex as much.
I got the number for women.
Yeah.
Okay.
During the same time frame, the rate for sexually inactive young women went from 19.1 to 15.1.
So it went.
Not really much difference.
So the sexual inactivity went up or down that 4?
It went up. It technically went up by 4%.
So it went up by 4%.
Correct.
But collectively, between men and women, it's down.
Correct.
That's what we've been saying this whole time.
Right, but
we're saying that nowadays, collectively, men and women, and when you add them both up together, we're having less sex. You're saying women are having more sex. Cool. They're having 5% more sex, right? It's still only 4% more sex.
4% more.
And it's went from 15 to 19.
Yes. And it went
15 to
from
19.
18, but the inactivity between men went from 18 to 30.
Yeah. Because they can't have sex.
Hey, there's a guy named No in the
Because they
comments.
talk like you, AJ.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, shoot me a DM and,
Oh, no,
and
they
see if
ass.
I'll
Oh, no, don't
see
get
if
me
I'll
wrong.
see
They
if I'll
trash.
drag the fuck out you, bro.
They trash. Niggas is trash. Don't get me wrong. And I've always, that's my thing. I'm not disagreeing with what y'all are saying about men have no game and they're not getting no sex. The majority of them shouldn't. But
So AJ, do you
doesn't take away from the fact that women are still
having more sex? I got you. So
Yes.
I mean,
Okay, cool.
No, but they're not.
no,
We all
but wait.
busting it open, throwing it back, and flipping.
No,
on the
I want
head.
to
and
acknowledge.
there's even more people than it was now than in the 70s. But continue.
I want to acknowledge what you're saying. Right?
Yes.
You're right. Based on the numbers Jones just gave us, women
Yes.
are having more smecks.
Yes.
Period. Right?
Yes.
Cool. You got it. My question to you is though,
Yes.
based on those numbers though, do you think that is a significant enough jump where you can say that it is so much different than it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago? That I think that's what I want to know.
No, not a significant jump. No, not like just this super outstanding. But the
Bro, in the 70s, 32% in 71, 38% in 76, 43% in 79, and 45% in 82. That was the year I was born. It was fucking.
Me too, man. Shout out to the 82 babies, man.
Yeah. So, and that's the same age range. The same age range was wildly more in the 70s and early 80s than it is now.
So
Not only that,
the
but
point.
women
Hold on.
punching each other too. I'm
So
just
the-
saying.
So the point, AJ, is how can we? Sexy Red wasn't alive in the 70s last time I checked, or the 80s, right?
No.
So what did I say? It was is half. What did I say? It's half. Is it?
It's half. Yeah.
70s?
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah. Well, actually, a little bit. It was actually a little bit more than half.
Yeah, it's less than half. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
less than half. Or
So
no, more than half.
More than half. I'm saying, yeah. So with that knowledge, can we stop acting like it is a issue now when it's not? And B, can we stop blaming the artists, because obviously the artists aren't the things that are driving it? Because because where were the Sexy Reds at in 1976? Where were the Sexy Reds at in 1982? Where were they at? They weren't there, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So obviously there is something. No, they weren't. There is something.
They had the Millie Jacksons.
They started at 15.
They had Millie Jacksons and ladies like that.
There is something else that is driving it that isn't this new generation of female artists. That's my point. If they've always been there, then explain why the shit dropped. Either way, the shit's stupid. Y'all don't make no sense. If the women were there in the 70s and they're there now, but the numbers have dropped by half, then what the fuck is the difference? Is it the women? Is it the artists? No. Either way, it proves the point that it was never fucking Sexy Red. And it was never Diana Ross. And it was never fucking any woman. It was never had nothing to do with female artists. So why the fuck do y'all keep mentioning them?
No,
that's the point.
Here's the problem. Nobody really knows what's influencing anyone to do nothing, because there's no survey to say what influence.
Yes, we do.
Hold on, that's the best. But Jones, that's the best thing he ever said.
Listen, Mr. Jones.
But that's not
there's no
we do
survey.
sociological studies all the time. I'm a sociologist.
Hey, that's the smartest thing Mello said, man.
Hang on. Mr. Jones, there's no survey that's asking all these people what influences you to want to lay down
true.
and get it in.
That's
and
not
then,
true at all.
Hey, hang on, Mr. Jones, and then where are these surveys conducted? Because I know I've had a lot of activity, and I haven't went through one survey. Pub, I don't know
Man,
whether
if you don't
you've
tighten
taken
them
one.
dentures in your mouth.
Hold on, wait.
my God.
Hold on, wait. So you trying to tell us that since you never been surveyed, then nobody's ever been surveyed?
No. I'm saying, I'm saying, Pub.
That should have came and got me.
Might have went. I'm saying Rutgers might have went to all these different areas that weren't that certain area where they were getting it in more. So we don't
Man,
know
I
who
gotta get
really
me one of
took
those.
these surveys.
Oh my God.
I
Lynn,
knew.
Lynn, I gotta
what,
get me
y'all?
one of those.
That's
Hold
not
on, y'all.
how. That's not how this
Hold
works.
on, y'all.
Friend.
Hold on, AJ.
Damn, I'm tired of these
I knew
dumbass
Mello
arguments.
was a 304 because God took his teeth. You know what? I knew he had to be a 304 because God wouldn't let you have your grill.
Oh my God. Hey, that mean, you know what I mean? Maybe he on to
You ever
something. I don't
notice
know.
I never respond to you? I never respond to you.
It'll never stop
ever
you
notice that?
dragging your bell pepper shaped ass.
You know what?
What you thought you
Talk
ate
to your
dinner?
husband.
You
I
thought
always
you
tell you
ate
that.
dinner.
Talk to your husband.
Thought-
Whenever you
thought
want me
ate
to,
dinner,
I'll
I'd
deal with your
drag you every
husband.
time
Let
I
that
I'll
hair
deal
go.
with your husband.
Let that hair go.
I will deal with
Let
your
that hair
husband.
go.
All right.
I'm not gonna argue with a black woman. I'll deal with your husband.
You argue with black women all the time, but let's go.
Bello hate to see me coming.
I go over the reasons
Actually,
why.
you was up here.
I
don't
do you
fear
mind
you.
if I go over the reasons why promiscuity has declined?
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Okay, gotcha. Alcohol consumption amongst young adults has decreased.
Hell yeah. Recreational drugs
increasing
too.
Ability of electronic communication limits face-to-face interactions is one of the reasons.
That's what Shan said. Mhm.
Yep. Living arrangements. Young adults are living with their parents for a longer period of time, so that's one. Of the reasons. So we do sociological studies on this. Slower transition into adulthood because of
Capitalism.
The change in how we socially interact. It takes longer for people to come into adulthood, so to speak. So they're not as socially apt as we once were.
Yep. And we broke. We can't afford to live on our own, even if we wanted to.
Academia has become more of a concern. So chasing, like a career or a field of study is more important to young adults than it was once before. And then less permissive attitudes towards casual sex.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
What's that?
Aside from that last one, are there any? Because I just feel like there's so many loopholes in every last one of those, aside from the last one of I just don't feel like fucking casually no more.
Well, no. It doesn't have it though. So when they're talking about less permissive, they're not talking about not feeling like it. They're saying that the social stigma attached to it is too much. That men make such a big deal over body count now that it's an issue. When once upon a time in the 60s and 70s, free love was the movement, and now it's stigmatized and they call women 304s and shit.
They were trying to tell me it was the opposite earlier, because that's what I was saying earlier. I was like,
but in my
we said all of this the whole time that AJ's been up here.
The whole time.
But again,
that's why I said you just gotta let him believe it. He keeps saying, "How do I just want to believe?" It doesn't matter what piece of evidence you present. What new person comes up to present the same piece of evidence in a different way? He's like, "But there has to be a loophole." I need to believe that it's true.
Because I don't have to believe that it's true, but just because you all are saying the same, it's the same.
But why do you believe what you're saying is true,
Why
AJ?
will we all be lying?
Hold on, let AJ go.
Because I see
okay,
it
so you see it. Hold on. He sees it. He sees it and hears it from women. From what women? Where are these women at?
On this platform, on Twitter, on Instagram, and in person when I
what
talk
do you
to them.
and what do you see in here?
That women are fucking
More than when? What do you have to compare it to at such a young age?
Comparing it to?
Yeah, what do you mean? Who are they
More
fucking
than
more?
where?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking him. I don't know. He's young. I don't know. Like maybe
Well, it
we
depends
can
on
make
the broad range of wherever
So
these people
why are pregnancies down? Why is the birth rate lower?
Jones, don't
Why-
ask him. No, you're asking. We already went. It's common sense. Don't do
Because
that.
from
I'm trying to
IUDs
get.
and birth control,
Don't-
more people are on birth control, more IUDs, more
See?
different types of contraceptives,
See?
more abortions. There are many
Okay.
reasons why the
Well,
birth control.
actually, there's less abortions now than there was.
Well, now,
in,
yes, due to
No,
you
no,
know,
prior-
No,
prior to
before.
Roe v.
No,
Wade being
before.
overturned.
Before. Yeah, before.
Prior to
I mean,
Roe v.
by how
Wade
many
being
years?
overturned, there was already less abortions in 2024 than there was in the 80s.
No, but I'm saying by how. But I'm talking about in years. So like from what? From 2016 to now compared to the 80s. From 2018 to now compared to the 80s. Like
It's less
from
than
what?
the 80s. What difference has that made?
You not understanding what he's saying?
Talking about
Because
Yeah, you-
depending on. Because depending on the time frame of years that you're talking about, I would assume that more abortions were had than in the 80s.
And that would be a bad
Depending on what
assumption.
year.
I know, and that would be a bad
it's not
assumption.
true.
You just made a bad assumption. That's fine. You
I'm
just said
talking
it
about
right there.
before Roe v. Wade. So when was Roe v. Wade overturned?
When was it overturned? 2022.
Yeah.
22. So from let's say from
It's only
21. Say 21 down to 20, right? Or 2000 versus
To
the
2000
1980s. It was
versus the 80s.
it's lower.
So there's less. Okay.
It's lower. Yeah, that's what we're
Okay.
saying. So, but here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm asking you though. You said you're saying that women are fucking more now.
Yeah.
More now than, but
Then when?
what are,
Yeah, then when?
that's what I'm saying. What is your point of reference
He
for
said
the
social
now?
media and people he talked to. I guess they come up to him and they say, "AJ, I just want you to know I'm fucking more than my mama was."
Hey,
No,
listen.
they don't come up to me and say, "Hey."
But
I'm
but
fucking
how do
more.
you
But
know? But AJ, no.
conversations-
Okay,
the
so how do you know that
conversations
though? I'm
I
saying.
have with individuals coupled up with the conversations and the discords that are had on social media.
I'm trying to,
I
AJ.
get
You're missing
But
what
you're
I'm
going
asking.
based
you.
on vibes, not data.
I know, but
I'm not going based
but
off
I want-
vibes. I'm going
but I
based
want-
off I'm going based off people's words.
What you hear, but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm trying to help you understand.
Yes.
Even based on what you're saying, you hear, right?
Yes.
Even based on saying what you hear, right?
Yes.
You hear women talking about having sex.
Yes.
They're not talking about having more sex than women from 30 years ago. Because why the fuck would they do that? That's weird. They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just talking about having sex. So you're just hearing women talking about having sex, and your assumption is, oh, they're having more sex now than they were in 19 whatever, and that's wrong. That's what I'm saying. Because you're not basing it on anything, right? Because where are you? Because you're saying now they're having more sex, and I'm saying, okay, then compare it to the then. What are you? What then are you comparing it to say they're having more sex? To what era?
I guess it would just be before like maybe from 2000.
Come on, AJ,
Say
man.
a fucking year. Shit.
Go
before
ahead.
they start slinging y'all fucking heads around.
Go
Why
ahead,
y'all
go
doing
ahead,
that?
AJ. Cause you,
I already told
cause you
you.
just
But-
let him. Hold on, let him go. My bad, AJ. Hold on. Go ahead, AJ. My
Every
fault,
time I
bro.
say something,
Go
I get
ahead.
to slinging y'all fucking
My
heads
bad,
around. Like,
my
damn,
bad, bro.
between-
You
before,
frustrating
like,
to talk
19
to. Go ahead, go ahead.
Y'all get
Go ahead, man.
frustrated to talk to at times as well. But from like
I believe it.
1990 back, like from 1990 to now, it was
Yeah.
just. It
And
just
what-
seems with there being more people, more ways to interact with individuals, more travel, more influence from mainstream media, that there
Yeah.
would be more sex being had.
So you.
Data says that's not happening.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So
your data just said that more women are having sex.
No, bro, hold on.
hold on,
whether
but
it's
Jones,
4% or not, it's
no,
more
no,
sex.
Jones,
Hold on,
Jones,
bro. Hold
Jones. Can I ask you a question? The women you were referencing, what age
Yeah.
group was that? Was that all women or a certain age group of women?
No. Yeah, 18 to 24.
18 to 24. So 18 to 24-year-old women, all women. That there's a whole group of women, right?
Yes.
What I'm trying to figure out is if are we only talking about 18 to 24-year-old women? Because the
No,
reason why this is
but that
important.
doesn't count.
Hold
but
on,
that doesn't
but
count
AJ,
for
listen.
divorcees. That doesn't
Hold
count
on,
for
hold on.
widows.
AJ, listen to what I'm asking. Why I'm asking you this question.
Okay.
Because no woman on this panel is 24 years old. You're older than 24. Are you also taking into account how old these women are that you're talking to? Because I don't know what the numbers are for all women. 25 and up,
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, it could be that. You see what I'm saying? Like you're just
but that was one of my first initial. And again, if y'all go back, it's recorded. If y'all can go back to what I said the younger generation that falls between 18 and 24. I said the younger generation.
You said the younger generation is doing it more, and we're telling you that the younger generation are not doing it more than the younger generation of the past. That's what we're telling you. It's just that this red pill thing has demonized youth because y'all are looking at and talking to women who are in not their prime of their sexual life, but when they are as active as they probably are ever going to be. Because you don't reach your prime sexual, until later for women, despite popular belief. But the most active women are sexually is when they first discover sex. Surprise, surprise. So when you're talking to 20 to 25-year-old women and you're like, oh, they're so promiscuous. No, they just all of the body count they're gonna rack up, I promise you they're doing it right now.
But
they're gonna get more bodies in 4 to 5 years than they're gonna get for the rest of their life.
But
yeah, so the reason that they're saying
Mr. Jones, before you read that,
okay.
Before you read that, real quick. The same way you can go on the flip side and say, hey, who are these women that you're talking to that are have you accounted for the ones that are above 25 that go into your 40s? We didn't account for the women who are losing their virginities before they turn 18, who are having sex when they're 14, 15, 16, 17.
Coercing them?
Not because Jesus.
Now you want us to go all the way down to the kids, the children?
Because those are individuals who still have sex, whether you want to say they're coerced.
Because men are coercing them.
Is every single woman who has a sex before 18 coerced by a man? No,
for the most part.
Wait. About a third of them are for sure. No doubt about it.
More than that.
Yeah. Okay, more than half. Cool, but I'm gonna go. Okay, cool. Half, whatever. That's a lot.
Still a percentage because it's not like it's.
Why are we talking about? But AJ, are we talking about young women or girls?
Women are 78% more likely to regret it. 78%, bro.
Whether they regret it or not, they did it, brother.
AJ,
we're not talking about kids, AJ. I'm sorry.
I just want to know: are we talking about kids or are we talking about women? Because I don't want to talk about kids.
Women.
I'm not trying to talk about
I refuse to talk about kids.
I'm not trying to point the direction to that. But there I got 3 hours. I got 3 hours. I'm gonna take me a quick little nap. I swear to God.
You good. Don't worry about it. You good.
I swear I'm finna be done in a second. Seriously. But I'm talking about individuals who, because when we talk about the birth rate, we don't leave out the teen mothers.
Okay. Can I tell you why the numbers are up for 18 to 24, please?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So women, right, statistically, are going into college more than men.
Mm-hmm.
And so these women are going into college, right, that outnumber the men in college, have very few people to choose from because they outnumber the amount of men in college.
So wouldn't that lower the number of people they would have sex with?
No. It's not the amount of people. It's the amount of women that are having sex. So he's saying there's more women in college. Women in college are hunching, but there ain't as many men in college. So overall, less men are having access to women, and women are having more access to men.
Correct.
That's all. But the number is not 1-to-1, of course. So
but it's a small blip. It's a small enough blip in there where it would actually make sense. Because most women don't go to college, but it's enough to make it go up 4 points. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like that makes sense. It's like if it jumped up 30%, then I'd be like, no, that wouldn't be able to explain that. But 4%, I can see that.
Yeah,
I definitely can see that.
Yeah, that's why.
And let's also talk about how Red Pill is talking y'all out of y'all draws, because Red Pill is telling the younger generation of women and young men, don't worry about women. F these women and get your money. Wait till you
focus on your
30
purpose.
and 40. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they turning back and doing behind y'all eyes is saying, hey, little 20-some-year-old girl, let me talk to you. And that's what we've been trying to tell y'all for the longest. Y'all following these Red Pill 40-some-year-old men, and they've already lived their life, and they talking y'all out of y'all draws while trying to talk the women out of their draws who are younger. So y'all fools falling falling for these old men talking y'all into being red pill.
Who probably got worms. Let's not forget.
Oh yeah, them old nasty men do be having.
okay?
Yeah, them old nasty men do be definitely.
Old
having
men have worms,
for
yeah.
sure. For
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
I'm telling all the young girls, stay away. Don't be talking
away
to no
from-
young men, old men.
Stay
These
away from
niggas
them
is
worms.
nasty. But no, on some real shit though, AJ. So I think that when it's all said and done, the thing that I want us to understand is that you're not basing anything you're saying on anything that can be substantiated. Right? You could disagree. You could say that there's loopholes or whatever,
No,
but I just want to be clear.
I don't have any
I know.
statistics.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
You're literally just basing now. Because and here's why this is important. Because now we have to get into the why. Because it at this point it actually is a choice. You are choosing to believe this. You don't have to because there's nothing to substantiate it. So you don't have to believe this. You see what I'm saying? Like I have to believe what Jones was saying because I know the stats. Like I gotta believe it. You know what I mean? Like how my mind works. Like I gotta believe it, right? Cool. So I believe it. You don't have to believe what you are believing. So my question to you is why? Why do you believe it? Why do you think you have come to this conclusion that conveniently demonizes women?
But it doesn't. Okay. From my standpoint of what I've said, I haven't said anything that quote unquote demonized. I never said it was a problem.
Can we
that
ask the women?
anybody-
Can we ask the women, AJ? You think that's fair if we ask the women if they feel like what you're saying has, if they have felt like they've been demonized as a group? I'm saying not them personally, but like as a group.
Well, firstly, they have to know what exactly I said.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you said again.
I never said one time that it is a problem for any woman to be promiscuous. Can we all agree on that? I never said that was an issue.
No, we
If
cannot.
I'm lying,
I never
we
heard
can
you
go
say
back.
You didn't explicitly say that, but you insinuated it, and I'm not dumb.
I was going to say, yeah.
Insinuation? Where was the insinuation? Because I explicitly said it's not a problem. That's why I'm saying there is no insinuation. If I explicitly said it is never a problem for a woman to choose who she has sex with, however many people
when
she has
you were
sex
saying,
with.
so when you were saying that body count does matter to men, what were you insinuating? What did that mean?
I said that there is a group of men
Matters for
who
what?
I said that there is a group of men who cares about body count. They don't
You said
ask
most.
as much.
You said
I
most
never
men
said.
care
I
about
don't
body
think I
count.
ever said most. If I did say most, I was wrong. But I don't remember ever saying most. I said there is a number. There is a number of men who care about a body count, but won't ask because in fear of them being deemed as red flagged and unattractive to the women who they're trying to talk to. That was my
Insinuating
initial
what?
state.
Insinuating that it's a problem. If it's something that men care
No,
about,
that doesn't
but they're
insinuate
afraid
that
to
body
ask.
count is a
Let
problem.
me finish, AJ.
Go ahead.
If they care about it, but they're afraid to ask because they don't
Yes.
want to get called lame or whatever, that's
Right.
insinuating that it would be a problem for them, but they're too afraid to ask about it.
No, that's saying that they care about body count, but they care more about being looked at as a red flag to the women that they talk to more so than the actual body count. If I could like I'm trying to use a good example. If you have a pair of shoes that I like, but everybody's been saying, man, why the fuck you give a fuck about what a pair of shoes a woman wearing? Like, why you care, bro? Like, that don't matter. That don't mean I necessarily give a fuck about the shoes, but I give a fuck more that, oh, you think you're not gonna like me if I hear about something like this? Okay, cool. I give more of a fuck about how you view me as a red flag than I do about the actual thing. And again, I'm not one of those individuals who give a fuck about body count.
It doesn't sound like it though, and I think that's the thing that's important. I got you. I'm not.
I do not.
I'm just AJ. I'm telling you that for a person that doesn't care about it, you definitely sound exactly like the people who do care about it. That's all we've been trying to tell you. So I don't know. You can fight against that all you want to, and because you think, and I already told you because you think that you are centered, and I told you that the people that are in the center are actually still wrong, because you can't be half right and half wrong. If you half wrong, you're wrong. That's the thing about it. And you are definitely mostly wrong, if not at least half. So you got to make a side. You do got to pick a side. You do got to be on one side or the other side. You see what I'm saying? If you
Right.
don't want to be viewed with those other people and you want to separate yourself from those other people, you can't be partially on their side, and you are. You keep saying like, I don't care, and then why the fuck are you talking about it in the way that you're talking about it? Why are you saying stuff
Because it's a
that
part
isn't
of a
rooted
bigger
in,
point.
but it's not rooted in anything rational or logical? You're just saying. So this is what I think. And here's what I was saying earlier. You are closer to Hank than you are to a Mr. Jones or me or whatever. Like people who are anti, misogynistic ideologies, right? The reason why I say that is because when people believe a lie about a group of people and they refuse to accept new information about what they're saying, like you just refuse to understand what we're saying. Like, it's not that you're stupid, it's not that you can't comprehend, it's none of that stuff. You are actively trying to remain ignorant. You are actively trying to be like, what I'm saying makes sense, even though you've already admitted I'm not basing this on anything, right? You're not basing it on anything but how you feel. And I'm trying to get to the reason you feel like that is because you don't like women. Like, that's what it is. Like, however you try to say, you can say, I love them. And the reason why you will believe a lie that vilifies and demonizes women is because you don't like them. Because what's the other rational explanation for that? What other conclusion can I come to?
Because of what I view. Nothing that I've said has came off of, well, this guy had said it that one time, and man, I just believe it. I told you, I actively see women. Not men, not one. I've never brought a nigga up in this conversation. Not one time have I brought up the opinion of a nigga other than my fucking own. These are coming from women that I see, bro.
No,
that's all I've been saying.
I think you're missing
conversation.
But I think you're missing what I'm saying. I didn't say that a nigga told you this directly, because that's not how the patriarchy works. It's more insidious. It's that you grew up watching shows and listening to music and listening to your dad and listening to your uncles just demonize and vilify women, so that when you hear stuff that does that, you go, yeah, that's true. That's what I'm trying to say. So of course you don't need to hear like a man tell you all these women is hoes. Like, you don't need to hear that. It wouldn't be like that, which you do hear that, but because you listen to rap. Like, I listen to, you just said it. Me and you both listen to rap, right? What has rap been telling us for 40 fucking years? All these bitches and all these hoes in here, somebody here gonna fuck.
But the same way you listen to rap like I listen to rap, do you believe that?
I did. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to tell you.
And I'm telling you,
hold on. Nah, you don't get to get.
At least when I became a grown adult.
Hold on.
When I became
How
a
can
grown
he say
adult,
that he didn't believe it, but then also say that Sexy Red is the reason?
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Because if you,
stop it.
Wait a minute,
because
Pub,
if
you
you
just
listen,
contradicted.
Stop. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. Mr. Jones, does Sexy Red's music vilify women being promiscuous? Yes or no?
No.
All right then. So what the fuck are you talking about?
It doesn't. No, but that's not the question. Hold on, y'all. That's not.
This is crazy.
AJ, that's not the question.
That's exactly what you said. Because
that's not exactly what I said. That's not exactly what I said.
Go ahead.
Sexy Red is an image. She's a caricature, to be honest with you, but I think she's closer to who she really is, right? Of a woman, of whatever she wants, of a promiscuous woman, of a druggy woman, of a baby mama, whatever it is, of a ghetto chick, whatever. She is a caricature of a ghetto woman, of a certain archetype of woman, right? A black woman specifically. Okay, cool. That is, so she embodies it. It's like, she is that. She's not saying anything necessarily to demonize women. Her image, though, her image is different. Men demonize her. Men like you vilify and demonize her. Now let's flip it. Hold on. Time out. You did.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I never said that it was a problem.
When you blamed her for women being promiscuous, that was you demonizing her. Just FYI.
I said that she was an influence of the
She's not
saying. Stop.
She's not.
Stop for 2 seconds. Can y'all stop? Yes, she fucking is.
No, she's not. Let me tell you how I know this is not true.
Stop.
No, AJ, let me tell you how I know this is not true.
Her
I gotta go get my baby.
AJ, please be quiet for a second, bro. You're crashing out.
I gotta go get my
Let me
kid.
tell you how she's not.
Her music and her.
No, she's not.
Stop.
No, it doesn't. AJ, you're crashing out. Here's the
Can I say
problem,
Bro,
right?
something
This is
stop
what
before
for
you guys
two
you?
don't understand.
seconds.
AJ,
Stop
please
for
be
2
quiet. You
seconds.
don't know what you're talking about. AJ,
Jones, if you
what is
actually
your
listen to
degree in,
what I'm
AJ?
saying, then maybe you would
AJ, what is
actually
your
know.
degree in?
I don't have a degree in
Exactly. So be
sociology,
quiet.
brother.
Let the adults in the room speak.
I don't need your fucking sociology degree to show me
Okay.
that she has an influence on younger women.
But she doesn't. And you're crashing out. You're not well.
Can I say
Okay, so
something
who
Here's the
does she
before
have
he
an
problem.
influence
finishes?
on?
Can I
Who
say
does she
something
have an
before he
influence on?
finishes his crack attack? Because I
Go
think
ahead,
that the
BPG.
thing is, you're confirming what it is Public literally just said. Because if Sexy Red can influence culture within the few years that she has been around, but hip hop has not for the 50 years that it has been around, then you know that that is the misogyny speaking and not any real
Right.
sociological ideation. Like, you know
Sexy
that that's
Red
why,
isn't the
that's what
only
that's
one.
connected to. But the reason why your mind immediately goes to Sexy Red, especially in a conversation where it was already stated, we're not the Sexy Red demographic. The only reason why anybody up here is in enough age range to know who that is because of TikTok. That's the only reason why.
And that's why
We
I
are
said
not the
the younger
demographic for Sexy
generation.
Red. Let me finish. Because the whole time you was yelling and crashing, I was quiet the whole time. The reason why is because your bias is being confirmed. That's what that is. That's why we talked about how the men in your family speak about women. How when you hear certain songs or you see certain movies or you've read things in magazines, the reason why you feel like you can use your personal TikTok, Instagram feed as a means to justify that women behave this way or think this way because you've seen it with your own eyes. That is your bias being confirmed. And that's the reason why you don't go to women like Doechii or Tim's. You didn't consider using those
I
women as an
listen to
example.
those women
I
and the Doja
understand.
Cats and the Summer
Don't crash
Walkers and the
again. Cut the
Scissors.
car off and take the
I'm
keys
not
and put them on the
crashing.
seat.
But
I
you're making
understand, but
an
I'm not finished.
assumption that I
I'm not
don't,
finishing my point. I don't have a chance to finish my point. And part of the reason why I
because
don't
you're
have
assuming
a chance
something
to finish
wrong.
my point is because of the fact that, again, that misogyny, it really does, it creeps up on y'all like heart attacks. Like that's what happens. Like the moment that you hear
It's not
somebody
a
who has something
misogyny.
that's opposing to your view, instead of you going, you know what, maybe I do need to look into, okay, why do I feel this way? Because let's be responsible for our own algorithm. You are talking about people who you see on a consistent basis, but that is not the general makeup of what it is that's happening. What's happening across the board is not Sexy Red. There is a large majority of people who still don't know who that is. Your bias is being confirmed by your misogynistic ideas. And if you could detach yourself from that, then you would be able to see and understand that these views aren't the general viewpoints of women, particularly young women, because Jones already explained that women who are between the ages of 18 and 24 are having less sex than the people in previous generations who are the same age range as them. Their
More.
attitudes towards sex and relationships have changed drastically based on the fact that y'all are also becoming way more red pill. And that's not based on my algorithm. That is based on legit sociology. That's based on being able to understand how the world works socially.
Yeah, men and women are moving in different directions. Men are becoming more rigid and more right wing and more extreme, and men and women are becoming more progressive, and they have more autonomy and more free, and less rigid and more flexible and more all these things. We're moving in different directions as a society. We are like
Yes.
and that's not even in America. That's like almost across the globe, right?
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so men are crashing out, like honest, like all around the world. And the thing that's crazy about this, AJ, is you will not accept. I find it odd that I'm not going to make an assumption because I already know how this is going to go. I'm going to ask you, what work have you done? What work have you done to unpack your misogyny?
I did a shadow work journal, but every day I'm always trying to make sure that I'm not doing anything, saying anything, or thinking anything that is unfair or biased against women. Because again, it can, like, again, listening to hip hop, looking at things or posts on social media because I grew up in the social media era. Like it's inevitable to happen that I'm going to see things that are disparaging against women. It's everywhere, but I have to actively not do those things.
So
or
what?
think
So
those things.
so what? So what? How would you know if you were saying things that was disparaging and all of those things against women? How would you know that?
How would I know it?
How would
I
you
would-
know if you
I
were?
mean-
I'm saying because you said you try not
you
to
would
do
just
it.
have to. Well, you would just have to think. If-
No, no, no,
if a thought-
no. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. How would you know it? How would you know that you weren't being offensive to women? How would you know it? Not what you think. How would you know it?
Well, if I hear or read something that I post and I go back and I look at it and I say, that's not
No.
fair.
No,
So that's the
not how that
only.
works.
So that's the only way you can do it is if you.
No,
see
that's not the only.
Can I-
No, no,
can
no.
I
Of
talk
course,
about
somebody
this
else
from a
can definitely
sociological
point.
standpoint?
No,
Wait. No. I want
no,
him to.
you
I want him to. I want him to.
Jesus
I want.
Christ.
No,
We're almost
100%.
there.
Someone
We're
else
almost
can,
there.
Someone else can 100% point out that, hey, that what you just said is misogynistic or disparaging towards women. 100%. Someone else
Okay.
can say that to me.
And not only can they, shouldn't they
Yes.
be the ones to do it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
of
cool.
course. If
So-
they understand what I'm
okay.
saying.
You can't add that caveat because they obviously
Why
understand.
not?
Because they
Not
obviously
necessarily.
understand.
They can definitely
The vast majority of the time. It's only so many times. It's only so many. AJ, I swear to
go
God,
ahead.
it's only so many times that you can get away with you don't understand what I'm saying. It's only so many times. I'm not even joking. I don't mean this with any disrespect.
Okay.
You are not that intelligent. Like you're not saying anything that's going over anybody's head in this whole live.
But
nothing.
if you mishear
So it's not
somebody,
that we misheard
it's
you.
not an intelligence. It's not even an
I'm
intelligence
trying to tell.
thing.
No. I'm trying to help you understand what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm saying that it's not that. It's so the only
Right.
way that I would give you that grace is if you were saying things that was over our heads, but you're not. We understand completely what you're saying. A whole room full of
can't.
people.
You cannot because and I'll tell you why. Because if you go back to any statement that I made, I never once said that it was a problem. I never once said that
Can I-
any
can
of
I
the
ask you-
things that I was saying that these women were
It is.
doing were problems.
AJ,
Never.
can I ask you a question? If a white person never says anything, do you think that guy Hank was racist when he was up here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Did he ever say explicitly down with niggers?
No.
Okay, so how did you know he was racist?
Because the statements that he was saying to black women, the statements that he
Interesting.
was saying to black women, he called them whores.
Got you. Interesting though, right? I got you. I ain't
Not
arguing with you.
Not
Yep.
one time did I ever call anybody who listen to Sexy Red or who are promiscuous. I never called
That's
them
not the-
whores.
but
I
that's-
never called them
Promiscuous
demons. I
because
never
It's-
I never
hold
said
on.
it was
But
a problem. I
AJ,
never
that's
said it was
not
any
the
negative.
point. You're missing the point. See, you're trying to argue. Don't try to argue.
I'm
Listen to the
not
point.
arg-
Okay,
go
let
ahead,
me
go
let me
ahead,
tell
go
you. The
Because y'all
point
are talking in fucking circles when I've already
I swear to God, I'm not.
100%
My-
put my
sir.
stamp on saying
AJ.
it's not a problem.
AJ, I'm not talking in a circle. You are. I'm linear.
Okay, continue. Go
I've
ahead.
moved on to another point. You're going
Okay,
back
go
to
ahead.
what you said. So what I'm saying is the exercise here wasn't for you to go one to one and say, I've never called anybody a hoe. Like, that's not it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I wanted you to clock was he didn't need to explicitly say down with niggers for you to get that he didn't like niggers that much, right? See what I'm saying? Same thing with you. You don't have to explicitly say women are this explicitly for us
Right.
to draw the conclusion that you
Right.
actually don't like women. That's all I'm saying.
and
And,
all
and
I've
you
been-
keep trying to justify it by saying that's not what I meant, that's not what I
Because
said,
if I
but
go
you
back
can't
to the
argue with
statements-
700 people, brother.
Because
You
if I
can't.
go back to the statements that I've made, if I go back to the statements that I made,
They
and I'm talking
sound
about
great
the
to you?
actual the statements that
Bro, you're
I've
not
actually-
okay. You need to
I
call a
don't care
therapist
what-
ASAP.
I'm gonna be
You
completely
need to
honest with
hang
you.
up this
I'm gonna be-
goddamn line.
I'm gonna be
You need to get off
completely
this
honest
line,
with you,
and
Mr.
You need to call a
Jones.
therapist.
I could give a fuck less about what you're talking about right now, bro. Honest to
Clearly.
God, please stop interrupting me.
You're not well, friend.
Stop fucking interrupting me.
You're
It's
not
all I'm
okay.
asking you to do. It's all I don't ca- okay, thank you so much for that. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Okay.
I'm asking you to stop
Crashing
interrupting
out, bro.
me.
Like
I'm
anybody
asking-
trying to actually help you as a young man. Listen, I've raised.
You have absolutely no self-control if you can't stop talking while I'm talking.
I'm going to keep talking. I don't know who you
Okay,
think you
so
are.
you have no self-control.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Got it.
somebody,
Okay.
you're nobody.
Continue.
Right? So,
Okay.
I've raised
You're on this app
several
just
children.
like
I've raised several children.
you have
right?
no self-control.
My children don't behave like this in public. If
I don't
somebody
care.
were to, if I
I
were to tell
didn't
my
ask.
child in the morning, hey, Quentin, hey, Hannah, hey, Izzy, you smell bad.
I just want to
You
finish my
smell
statement.
bad. No, you interrupted
That's
me
all I
earlier,
wanna
so I'm
do.
going to keep talking. Right?
Okay.
Oh wait, I got a question for both. I got a question for AJ, real quick, Mr. Jones. I just want to know something. This would be a great test. AJ, are you going to say something different, or are you going to say the same thing you've been saying for the last 20 minutes? Because if you're going to say something different, then I'll let you. I want to hear it. I'm praying you say something different.
If the end result is if the end result is my
Allie, hold on.
That was funny though. I can't help but laughing.
Hold on. Go ahead, AJ. I'm sorry. I didn't mute you. My bad, brother. I just want to know if you are going to say something different or the same.
yes. If
You're going to say
my-
something different. Okay. I want to hear the
if
different.
my
thing.
if my no. If my statement that I make is going to continue that I've been making for the last hour and a half is going to continue to be misinterpreted and or misheard,
Mm-hmm.
and my ideals are going to be continue to be misrepresented, even though I'm blatantly telling each and every one of you that every statement that I've made, and it's recorded, you can go back. It's not like that I'm lying. I've started with and I'm ending with, it is okay for whatever women want to do. Whatever image Sexy Red wants to present, it is okay. I'm not demonizing her. And me personally, great fucking for her. I was only giving an example of an individual and something that has influenced the newer generation into different ideas and different standpoints as far as casual sex is concerned. That's fucking it.
But the data does not substantiate what you're
misogyny is
saying.
why you use that example. I said that earlier and you didn't want to receive that.
Why did I use
That's
that
why-
example?
No, the example that you use is based on the misogyny that you have. That's why he asked you, how have you unpacked your own misogyny? And you use the Shadow Work Journal, which has zero to do with misogyny and everything to do with your own personal feelings towards yourself. That's more psychology than sociology. And that's a personal thing. But that's why he asked you that, because the example that you used on purpose was meant to draw an inference that there's a black woman
Correct.
who is influencing women to do things that are outside of what is socially acceptable. The reason why you use that example is because of the misogyny. If it weren't that, then you could have pointed to any other cultural phenomenon that would have influenced women. Have you talked about how Alexandria Ocasio has influenced women? Have you talked about how what's the other girl name? Jasmine
Crockett.
Crockett. How has she influenced young women? Have you talked about the politicians who have been doing amazing work, the Mary Sheffields of the world, who have been influencing young women in a positive light? No, you went to Sexy Red for a reason. Like, there's a reason why you went to that. And the reason is the misogyny. It seeps out. I don't know
Because
why.
I didn't mention those women because the conversation was geared towards why are more young people or women in general having more sex.
But they're not.
The study you just gave said that the young individuals that we just talked about were having 4% more.
Jesus Christ. So young women, 18 to 24, are in college, and men in college are looking to hook up. There's less men and more women. So a 4% increase over a span of 18 years isn't a dramatic increase. And the reason that we see the decrease in young men is because they're not having as many social interactions with young women. That's why we see it cut by nearly half. 30 down to 18. So,
But my argument,
so less
my,
men
more
are
women.
involved with more young women.
And my
But it's
argument
typically,
was
would you
never how
please shut the
drastic.
fuck up?
Mr.
Go
Jones,
ahead,
you're
bro.
trying to
But
diminish an increase.
oh my
An
God,
increase
Jesus Christ,
is
man.
an
What is
increase.
wrong with you? This motherless behavior is wild. Did you guys not have mothers growing up? Is that the problem? Is that the problem? Y'all didn't have moms
No,
growing up?
I didn't.
That makes sense. That makes perfect fucking sense.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
it was still an increase, correct? Got it.
So,
Oh.
okay. So,
Diminish the increase.
fucking motherless behavior, yeah.
And
So,
it's like no matter how much validity there is to what it is you're trying to
I
explain,
didn't even
it's
finish.
literally it's really insane. It's actually insane. And knowing what I know about you and the information that you have, like this is first of all, you giving it out for free, which is crazy. But it's intentionally being missed because like this is how deeply ingrained those ideals are in the psyche of so many men that they don't even want to hear a different perspective that challenges their world beliefs. Like they really don't want to because they don't. I don't know why seeing women as human beings and being able to understand that times are shifting. It's difficult, and I don't know why.
Yeah. The other thing that we see from a sociological standpoint is women tend to be more honest about their sexual interactions than men do. So when they're doing these studies, those are one of the things that they take into account. Also, it doesn't like women don't always speak to how they're coerced or forced into these sexual encounters. And so like that's something that it doesn't account for because more often than not, even if women don't want to do something, they'll do it to either protect themselves and or, just to appease that person so that, essentially they're not harmed or so that they can keep, like that social bond with that person. And so there's like so many other sociological factors that play into this. But aside from that, like, if we're comparing today's statistics to when I was a child, like my parents' generation and things of that nature, it's drastically lower across the board. And I would say that in the 90s, there was people like Foxy Brown and Little Kim and, so on and so forth. Like people, Sexy Red-ish, still existed. Like these people were still part of the scene. But what we know about who consumes this information or who consumes, this music, the vast majority of people that listen to hip hop or purchase, download and purchase hip hop music aren't Black. And so we would see these trends across the board, whether it be violence, whether it be sexual promiscuity or any of these things, and we don't. As a matter of fact, promiscuity, in terms of that 4%, is higher for young white girls than it is for young Black girls. But Sexy Red is a Black woman, not a white woman.
I know I've been saying this for like the last hour, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Let them believe it. Like that, it's just at a certain point. Like I know that it's harmful information. Trust me, I know. To like continue to regurgitate this information is actually harmful to women in real life. Public has already explained that. We've explained so many different things like ad nauseum at this point. And like I've been saying, AJ and Mello and the men like them, they just want to believe it. Let them believe it. The men like them, they just want. They had an echo. That's why I muted.
Yeah, it was me. I'm
but
sorry.
yeah.
That was me. My issue,
I was just,
Shan, is not so much like them trying to demonize young women or anything of that nature. It's more so that when these young women are harmed, people are less likely to believe them because of the things that AJ and Mello say.
Right. No, all of that is very true, and that's what I'm saying. Like we've even explained the harm in this,
Like, I
and
have
he's
5
still
daughters.
pushing
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
So that's what I'm saying. Like even when you explain how, like, let's say, like at best, if we're wrong, it doesn't hurt anybody. But AJ, that's not true for the things you're pushing. At best, if you're wrong, you're perpetuating harm against Black women. But even with it being put that way, he still wants to believe it. So what more can you do at that point? He knows that pushing this rhetoric is actually harmful, and he still won't stop for 1 second to consider another option. He wants to believe it that bad that he doesn't care if believing it and perpetuating it actually causes harm to people. And he's the main one pushing that women are so women don't even want to date because of men like him, let alone have sex with any of y'all.
Wait a minute, Shan.
Super quick before anybody hop off mute real quick. Everybody on mute real quick. Can we make sure that we get the likes up, y'all? 700 people in here, 400,000 likes. Let's get to 500,000. Y'all is killing it today. I really like to see it. Just keep tapping the screens over there on the YouTube. I think the YouTube people's over there. Make sure y'all's liking the lives and everything else. Against the panel if you agree with what they're saying. I just request that for the people here, I ain't gonna call nobody out, just y'all respect each other on the mic. It don't need to be 30 people yelling at each other, especially AJ and Mello. I know y'all like to scream about people interrupting y'all, but y'all be the main ones interrupting people when they talking. So just everybody, let's across the board, just chill, please, so people can hear the conversation, because it's so difficult to hear. So go ahead, Mello, you got something you want to say?
So help me understand this. So y'all saying that the message Sexy Red putting out, is that what's harmful to women? Or AJ just saying, hey, Sexy Red is influencing a younger generation? Are you saying that's harmful?
Yeah, acting like Sexy Red is a new type of artist and acting like we haven't had these type of rap artists for decades at this point, and acting like because this is so yeah, that message is what's harmful to women, because what it says.
Can you cutting out, bro? Like you can't hear you. Go ahead, BB.
Yeah, sorry, I had a delay.
I pretty much go ahead. Is your Wi-Fi back? Go ahead.
She got 2 bars. When I see her with 3 bars, I'll tell her. Oh, there you go, Shannon. It's back. Your bars are back.
There you go. There you go, Shannon.
Yeah. Just real quick. Yeah, that message, the messaging in that, acting like Sexy Red is new, and that this art, we haven't had artists like this for decades, and that because Sexy Red exists, all these women are out here so promiscuous and so horny and so insatiable. That's the dangerous message, because the Sexy Red isn't anything new. But what is new is y'all pushing this message that because Sexy Red exists, all these women are out here so promiscuous and so insatiable. And men hear that and they think, oh, these women ain't nothing but a bunch of 304s anyway. So why should I have to respect them? Why should I have to care for them? Why should I try to get in a relationship with them? Why should I, if I want to take it, she was going to give it up anyway, because that's all they good for. Right. That is the dangerous message. Sexy Red singing about her coochie being pink and her booty hole being brown, that's just a fact.
Yeah, also, there's no sociological evidence that ties, how people operate within society to the music they listen to. However, there is sociological evidence that shows that the way people behave is tied to the influences within their personal life. Mm-hmm. And so, like, based on how your parents behave, or older brother or sister, or so on and so forth, has more of an influence, like things you see on a daily basis, than the music that you listen to, or video games that you play, or things that you watch on TV. Because the brain is able to understand that one of these things is art, and the other one is, life.
Yeah, real world behaviors, but also it talks about how the studies talk about how even a more friend groups are more impactful or more influential than even parents are at a certain point. So, you know what I mean? Like looking at it from that aspect, like it ain't even just like, well, parents just teach their kids and they're like, you're like the parents could actually be doing a fairly decent job, but if the kids get around the wrong types of people, they might not go to college. They might, you know what I mean? Like that shit happens all the time. So yeah, but way more than music, way more than music, it is the behaviors of the people in the community and the people in your community that dictate your behaviors moving forward. So like that's what I was asking. That's what I was asking earlier. That's what I was asking earlier when I asked AJ about who is influencing women more to be promiscuous. Would it be men or women? And he said men. And I was like, then why the fuck are we talking about Sexy Red? That's the thing. For any of the men that act like they understand this stuff, if when you start talking about it, the first person you bring up is a woman, I already know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do exactly what shit like you're trying to paint women out to be a certain way as to excuse the treatment that men give women, right? Like, so that is what I get from all of these conversations is when men are trying to be like, women are just as bad, women are just as bad, women are just as bad. Like they're never saying men are bad, we need to be better. They're saying,
hey, Pub, can I ask you a question really quickly?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So male rappers are talking about being very promiscuous. Why are the numbers for men down?
Because that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Men are the male rappers are still hunching. They getting all the vagina in the world. Like the 90s rappers were getting there.
Is there more male rappers or less?
Than there was back in the day? Way more.
No, than women.
Oh, both. There's more male rappers now than there were in the 90s. And there's more
than women now.
And there's more male rappers than female rappers. No doubt about it.
So there's more male rappers. They talk about it more, but men's numbers are down?
Yep.
Which would prove that there's no sociological connection to the music?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
And the videos are raunchier. And you know what I'm saying? Like everything. Like you brought to everything.
Hang on, Pup. See, Mr. Jones, I think you need to redo that study because I can remember a particular drink called Cristal. I can remember Jay-Z specifically stating, don't drink Cristal, blah, blah, blah. And the production or sales of Cristal damn near went down to zero because of what he said in a song. So music does influence culture a lot.
It does. No, it does. But not,
I just want to make it clear.
But not in the way that.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah,
I just want to make it clear that I am very much.
Comments arguing you're not listening.
I am very much listening to every word that everybody is saying. Just because I'm replying to comments does not mean I am not listening. I can multitask. No disrespect. That's what I'm doing.
Pay attention because we did this for an hour.
I just want to.
Paying attention.
I just want to say that it's different than it's Jay-Z or I was a low head, right? I was a polo head. So when I was growing up, I loved like Camp Low, which is Polo Low, and A Tribe Called Quest. They were polo heads, or Q-Tip was at least. The Tribe wasn't, but they talked about it a lot. But anyways, I was a low head. I was fucking with all the polo gear. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Hilfiger, all that shit. I was influenced by rappers in that way, no doubt about it. That is different than people going out and having smecks with one. It doesn't have the same effect. A rapper wearing a cool shirt and wearing a brand. I don't know if you mentioned Jay-Z. I remember when Jay-Z got in that video on that Drunken Monkey jersey. I went out and bought it, and I've never liked Jay-Z as like an icon in that way, but I just liked it. I was like, damn, that's a tight ass jersey. Then I went to the store and they had Drunken Monkey there, and I bought that motherfucker. And I was like, damn, this is tight, and I was wearing it. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I saw it, Jay-Z had it, and I bought it. Nobody is saying that rappers and artists don't drive up consumption, because they do.
Yeah,
they do that.
There's a difference between, you know what I'm saying, like social marketing and social behavioral changes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly, Jones. It is different. It is a different thing to say Jay-Z is talking about a Hublot and now I want a Hublot versus the male rappers talking about hunching women to no end, but then men aren't able to have access to women and aren't, you know what I mean? Like those two
But
things aren't connected. They're actually, you can actually see that they're not connected. It's the same thing.
can I point out too though, because it's very important what you said, because again, the the reason why Cristal sales going down is directly correlated to Jay-Z is because he was the one that promoted it in the first place. He was the first one. He was the one. I'm not gonna say he was the first,
And
but
it
if
was a
Jay-Z,
directive. So like
for
directives have a
sure.
different impact on the brain. Like Sexy Red isn't telling women to go out and sleep with more men. And
She isn't.
what?
No,
No.
no. And that's the thing. Like it's correlating things together that have nothing to do with each other. There are people who like Sexy Red. There are people who, if Sexy Red wears a specific type of shirt or a hairstyle or whatever, they will do those things, but it has everything to do with the fact that they are specifically a Sexy Red fan. The problem is that y'all are conflating people who are Sexy Red fans to women in general. It's the same exact thing with the Jay-Z example. You're correlating. People were buying Cristal because of the fact that Jay-Z was in his videos with bottles of Cristal. They were singing songs and rapping about Cristal. Once they started turning against Cristal as a brand, the sales went down because they were the reason that they went up. That's directly correlated to who their fan base was, and they were brand ambassadors. Like that's what that was.
No. Jay-Z, Biggie was the first one that was talking about like drink Sean Don and Cristal and all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
Buying Sean Don just because Big said it. That's what Common said, right? Like I remember that. Like, but Jay-Z wanted to sell Ace of Spades, so he was like, "Y'all stop drinking Cristal and y'all buy my shit," right? Like that was all it was. He just made the switch. But it's just like you said, BBG. It has a different effect on the mind when we're talking about consumption, like consuming a product versus like Jones was talking about changing our behavior as a culture. If we could change our behavior as a culture through music, then why the fuck are we not free? Because we've been singing Negro spirituals forever. If music would lead us to freedom, why the fuck we ain't free? I'm just being honest. Where is the disconnect? If music is the thing that's gonna do it, they had so much music in the 70s and 80s or 60s, the 60s and the 70s that was anti-war. Why the fuck did we get in the Korean War, Vietnam War, First Gulf War, Second Gulf War, Afghanistan, Syria, Serbia? Like, why? There was tons of anti-war music. Where the fuck is all the like? Why are we not an anti-war country? Y'all, this nigga Mello talking about, cause Jay-Z wore some fucking jeans and niggas wearing the jeans. That's completely fucking different.
Public, we're not an anti-war country because they have incentives behind why they're putting us over there. There's reasons why they put us in war. There's reasons why we're over in Afghanistan still and all over there. There's different shit that we don't know about as a nation. But we're not going to pivot that. But what I'm saying is there's reasons why. Because war is actually
and
big
there's
business.
reasons why what y'all are saying isn't true either. Because let's also clock this. Y'all saying people like Sexy Red promote women going and sleeping around with men just for their money. What money? I don't know why I always got to be the one to remind y'all. What money?
I'm waiting on the answer. Cause niggas is broke.
Genuine question.
I've been waiting to hear that shit for a year. Niggas is broke.
I ask it every chance I get. Where are the funds, LaShondra?
I mean, honestly, look, and Pub, you know this more than everybody. There's a lot of hood rich people. They don't get it legitimately, but it's quite a few hood rich people. And I think maybe that's the aspect in which she's probably, rapping about, hey, you get with this dude, get his money, blah, 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 and move on to the next. There are hood rich people. There are some dudes out there that have access to money. Not a whole lot of them, but there's a few of them.
Stop stepping on my shoe.
I think that there's something also to be said that y'all are very much stuck in the 90s. The mindset is very, very much stuck in the 90s. And I noticed that a while back when y'all would begin these conversations talking about single mothers, because the same thing that happened to Jones today happens in general. You talk about the, women being overly promiscuous, and you talk about young girls getting impregnated left and right, and you talk about, people doing or smelling, or selling candy. You talk about, the single mother rates. All of those things are correlated to the 80s and the 90s. Every single last one of them. When you start looking at those numbers, teen pregnancy rates, you see a cliff dropping down. When you look at the rate of girls getting some smortions, going to the chop shop, those numbers are obviously going down too, because they're not getting impregnated at the same rate. They are not having smecks at the same rate. They are not utilizing candy at the same rate. They're not single mothers at the same rate. Like, all of it is very much y'all stuck in this time period. And I think that because of the fact that you can't punish the people that you actually want to punish, which is your mothers, your aunties, the women in your family, you subject the rest of us to like these really mute talking points for absolutely no reason, when you know that there isn't data to like really even back that up.
Motherless behavior.
It is. And actually, fun fact, because we've been here before, this is recorded, Mello actually did talk about how he had aunties that he watched misuse and mistreat men. This is what his story, this is what he said his story was.
We do
I
need
think
to
that those
talk
things are
more
correlated.
about the motherless behavior. We don't talk about it enough.
They mad at their mamas. That's what that is.
We really don't. We really don't. Like seriously, I think that that's the problem. But this is what I think a lot of people don't understand, right? So the silent generation raised the boomers, right? And the silent generation, there was a lot going on. Fucking World War II, you know what I'm saying, was going on. And people were moving out of the cities into the suburbs. Like, that was the beginning of that whole trend. And women were just starting to work outside of the home. A lot of women, were on medication just to be able to stay in the relationship. Literally. No fault divorce was not yet a thing. So they couldn't even get divorced if they wanted to. These women weren't allowed to have bank accounts, weren't allowed to take out loans on their own and stuff like that. And so they were miserable. So half the time, you know what I'm saying, they was zooted up. Literally. Just to be able to, stay in the house. Just to be able to be halfway sane. And that's who raised the boomers, right? And then the boomers, they grew up, you know what I'm saying, in the flower child era. And their parents was like, speak when spoken to. Children are supposed to be quiet, so on and so forth. And so they just told their kids whatever they heard from their parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, because I said so. Not giving them any reason, not teaching them how to critically think. It was because I said so. They were on like something called like Dilaudid and some other stuff, but I'm not even gonna get into all
that shit. That shit Bill Cosby was giving them women. That's what the type of shit they was.
Yeah, and so like the boomers, right? Now mom and dad both had to go to work, but women were still taking on and still do, but at that point even much more. Not only were they going to work, but they were still having to do the vast majority of the housework as well as go to work. But they still had the same ideology that spanking was okay, and you know what I'm saying, like speak when spoken to, and you know what I'm saying, no, because I said so, and Quaalude, but like all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Neglect was okay.
That's neglect was okay, right? And so now, and I would say the vast majority of boomer parents have some level of narcissism with them.
Oh, also, I read some shit that said like 40% of them was exposed to lead paint.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I was like, hey, man.
Smoked in the car with the kids, smoked in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was doing all of the shit. And then us Gen Xers and elder millennials, like, yo, we got out of kindergarten and walked home and had our own key to the house, and our parents wasn't there.
I had a key around my neck like this. I would have my key around my neck and I open up my door.
And they couldn't afford daycare?
Nah. My mama could. You know what was crazy? I thought about this shit one day real quick, little side note. One day I thought about how financially my life got like progressively worse really fast after my mom and my dad got divorced. But like when my mom and my dad were there, Like I had like my dad dropped me off and picked me up from school every day. And, you know, like I was never left alone when I was like 4 or 5 or whatever. Like I was always, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody was always there. And then my mom and my dad got divorced. And then when I was 6, I got put into like an after school program, which was still fine. But I was in an after school program and I was in private school still. When I was 7, no. I'm sorry. So I was in private school when I was 5. And then when I was 6, my mom couldn't afford to put me in the private school anymore. She took me out and then she put me in a public school. So I went to public school and then she put me in a daycare program, right? And then she lost her job and she couldn't afford to put me in there anymore. So the next year, that's when I got my key. So I was 7 years old, and then my mom gave me a key to my house. But when I was 6, I walked to the daycare and I played all day at the park. You know what I'm saying? Till my mom came and picked me up 5, 6 o'clock at night. And, you know, we would go home or whatever. But nope, that all went away. So then I started going home at 7 years old, all by myself, and there would be nobody there. My brother was 6 years older than me. He was a teenager, and he was in like junior high school age. You know. He wasn't coming home at 2:30 in the afternoon. He was coming home at 5. He was coming home when my mom was coming home. He had basketball practice. He was hanging out with his friends or whatever. So I was in the house, or I was unattended to from
When
2
I tell us
2
when I
o'clock
tell you that
to
Gen
7
Xers is
o'clock.
how the millennials raised ourselves, I am not bullshitting.
For real.
That's why they had to have the fucking commercials to remind our parents that they had kids.
To hug us.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
No, they didn't know. To hug us, to talk to us, to pay attention to us. Like that's what was going on. But
we didn't get no tuck-ins.
No, we didn't get no tuck-ins. But fast forward, the millennials and the Gen Xers, started with the Gen Xers. I think they started to do a better job, but the millennials definitely stepped it up because we raised a lot of the Gen Zers. We started to pay attention more to our kids. We started to keep our kids closer to us longer, right? Like y'all see my babies here all the time. They come home every day. They in the house with us. We talk to them. We play with them. We do homework with them face to face. We talk, I talk to my sons every day for long time. And you see that, you see the effects of that. Fast forward to now, now you got a generation that was raised by people who are more present and they have less anxiety and they have less, or I won't say anxiety because society is crazy, but they have less problematic behaviors. If you're clocking it, right? Like Gen Z, and that goes to the point of they're not sleeping with each other as much. They're not using as many drugs. They're not drinking as much and all of that stuff. Like all of that shit is connected. It's connected to the generation raising them, being more present, you know what I'm saying? Actually paying attention to them, giving them what they need, addressing their mental issues, addressing their health issues. Like, I didn't even go to the doctor every year when I was growing up. As a kid, I didn't go every year. Like I can get a physical every year. I went to the doctor 5 times when I, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even go when I got sick. So, but I'm thinking about like physicals. I went to the doctor like 5 times, maybe 6 times. Like I remember maybe 5 or 6 times I'm talking from when so from 7 till 18, when I was on my mama's insurance or whatever, I went to the doctor like 6 times. And it was never when I was sick. I had strep throat. I lost like 20 pounds one time when I was in high school. Still didn't go to the doctor. No antibiotics, nothing. So yeah, we were just, that generation was just, but guess what? Child pregnancies was crazy. We was hunching. We was doing drugs. We was super depressed. I was dumb depressed in high school. Stupid depressed in high school. Couldn't even, I was so depressed in high school, I couldn't finish it. That's how depressed I was. I was so depressed in high school, I could not finish it. And I easily could have finished it. Like I had the credits, like I just needed to take like 2 classes and I literally couldn't finish it. And I was just like, I can't go back. So that's how wild, like that generation, like that shit was, being raised in those times was just crazy. It was just different. It was just different. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about now and we're acting like whatever is happening now is fucking related to a rapper. Maybe not one rapper, a handful of rappers. Fuck no. It was your mama and your daddy and your uncles and your friend group. That's who it was. That's all I've been trying to say this whole time. And I'm so tired of having these conversations where every single time we have them, it gets pinned on a random fucking female rapper. Y'all say the same shit. Y'all got the same fucking 3 talking points. These female rappers creating all these promiscuous women. Okay, but promiscuity is down and you know, what the fuck is female rappers actually saying to produce? Well, I don't know. It's just what I see on my algorithm. Well, that's your algorithm, AJ. That's not fucking the world. It's not the world. Why do you believe that? I don't know. It could be because you're misogynistic. Nope, I'm not misogynistic because I journal. Really? Because I think to myself, hey, is this misogynistic or no? No, nigga, that's not how this shit works. You are most certainly misogynistic. The reason why you believe the things you believe is because of your misogyny, and you're not doing any work to unpack it. And you are trying to, and this is how men as a group, but you see it, one man trying to do it. They will try to, men as a group will try to, on a massive scale, try to gaslight everybody. So he's doing what men do individually to women. When we have conversations with women, we say, you misunderstood us. You just don't understand. Run it back. Even though we're not going to play it back, even though this is recorded, but in an argument, imagine that, oh, I wish there was video here. We can run it back. And this is exactly what I said. And it wasn't exactly what you said. You said something completely different before because you're just ducking and hiding and you're backtracking now. And it instead of just accepting the fact that fucking 800 people are telling you you're misogynistic and you got some growing to do. That's it.
Yeah, that's that Trump logic, bro. I'm sorry,
that,
Shan.
a lot of what you were talking about, like the decreases in a lot of this stuff, it did start with the millennials. And so to even pretend like Gen Z is like so out of control when even the generation before them already started improving, especially younger millennials that are a little bit like in the middle or closer to Gen Z, like a lot of those birth rate declines and the lower rates of hooking up and all of that stuff started with millennials. Like whereas our parents' generation, they were having, multiple children, 3-4 children on average. Millennial women on average have less than 2. Like it's like 1.9 or something like that. Gen Z, I mean, they're still young, but it's even lower as far as their birth rate. So to act like Gen Z is just so, far behind when even millennials were doing better than the generations before us is just simply just untrue.
Hey, y'all remember when, shout out to La Raza, all my peoples from La Raza, all my Mexicanos in California specifically. Remember when they used to be like, hey, fool, we were scamming. That used to be, I never used the word, but that was one of them words. I was like, they ate with that one. When they used to say they was scamming, I used to get so hyped. I used to be like, fool, who was you scamming with? Arturo, who was you scamming with? Ah, fool, I fucking scamming with Maria, bro. I was fucking scamming with Maria, fool. We were fucking scamming, bro. We were under the bleachers fucking scamming, bro. We were scamming for like an hour, dog. That shit used to get me. I used to be like, these niggas, hey, that's that word, man. We need to, hey, all the Mexicano, bring back scamming, bro. I don't know if y'all do. Bring that shit back. That was that word. That was one of them words. That shit ate down every time I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's it. I like that shit. I love it. Yeah, I sound just like him. I grew up with him, man. Shit. I was fucking with it, man. Y'all can go. I just like the word. We need to bring it back.
I'm definitely finna take me a quick little hour and a half nap because I do work the graveyard shift. So
oh yeah, man, take your ass to sleep. I'm finna
be up for 12. But again, just luckily I caught a nap before I got in here. But no, seriously, on a serious note, I wasn't pinning it all on, like I said at the beginning of it all, Sexy Red was just the Sexy Red, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Lil Kims, the whoever you want to insert into that part is just a part of an influence of a generation. There are so many different other things that influence so many other people to do so many other things. I don't want to start the conversation up again. I gotta dip. Appreciate y'all time. I'm finna get up out of here.
All right, bro.
Can we get a 500K likes, y'all? Y'all killing it today. Let's get a 500K.
Bro couldn't accept that he was wrong at all.
I was gonna say, all I was gonna say was if that's the case, then can we start with the other people for one time? Because y'all never start with the other shit. You conveniently always start at Sexy Red and Sissa. And I'm like, you not seeing the correlation? Maybe that's just me. Go ahead, Mello. I know your ass need to say something. You ain't saying nothing in a minute.
No, I'm sitting there quiet, pub, because I'm sitting here. They still trying to argue with me. I was trying to tell them the way I interpreted that chart yesterday was right. and
All
you
right,
actually
bro.
look at the
Yesterday,
chart. No, I was saying, remember that chart that said 55%,
bro.
16%,
Hey,
and
I
then
like to think of my lives as like an episode of The Simpsons. We ain't got nothing to do with that last episode. This is a whole
no,
new
no,
episode.
no. My whole point was then you actually looked at your chart and said, okay, well, wait a minute. It does say overall husbands make more money, and then it broke it down and started including, women's unpaid labor, and then it gave a different statistic. That's all I was saying. But it did state that husbands make 55%, blah, 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 and then it actually broke it down. And then you showed it on the
Hold on,
actual
wait.
chart.
But Mello, hold on, brother, hold on. I don't know if you was paying attention to what I just said. I couldn't care less about what when that, cause trust me, just pin that. The conversation will come back up. We have that conversation like every month. So don't worry, it'll come back. You can bring it back up, but not today. We on to something different. Finally today, I would say we've been about 75% on task. And I love that for us.
I agree.
I love when we
Coming back to be
75%.
wrong a new day is crazy.
What'd you say, BBG?
Coming back to be wrong on a new day on the same topic is crazy.
Spinning the block just to be wrong all over again. That's goddamn. That got to be goddamn abuse at this point. Like you abusing yourself. Goddamn, let it go.
Not very
Well,
much.
no, I mean, honestly, for today's topic, I really didn't say anything with the exception of you really don't know what's influencing who, because that really can't be measured by any type of stats.
But it can be. But wait, but Mello, what do you think today's topic is? Because today's topic is women have much lower body counts because men don't be doing it for them in the bedroom. That's how we got here.
I would say no. I think women have much lower body counts because they're just having less smecks because they have different goals and stuff. They have different things that they want to do in life, and smecks just isn't one of them.
Do you think if women, if men were making women orgasm more, do you think that they would be more interested in having sex with more men?
No, because I think that for the most part, that's really a big difference between men and women. Women have always been, for some reason, and which I could say is probably the patriarchy, women have always been pushed more towards purity, where purity is better. Whereas men have normally been left unchecked or undisciplined. Whereas,
I get that. I understand the socialization part. I'm saying though, that aside, do you think you don't think it has any effect, the fact that most men don't satisfy women sexually? You don't think it has any effect on women's desire to actually have sex with men?
No, I don't think so, just because there's too many cases of women staying with men for decades that don't satisfy them. They may end up finally, dropping them, and normally it's not because they're not sexually satisfied, because as long as they're providing probably a certain percentage of what that woman wants, then she might be miserable sexually, but she is happy in other ways. So she may forego that or overlook that.
I think this is what I mean by not being able to see women as full human beings, because the idea that if women could be satisfied, they still wouldn't choose to, because there's a part of themselves that, will focus on other things and that they'll find that satisfaction in other ways. It's kind of a weird take. I don't disagree that women are focusing on other things, but I do disagree with the idea that if they had the opportunity to have more giving partners, they wouldn't take that chance. Like that's insane to me. And I think that it further reiterates like these patriarchal ideas, even around purity, that, women don't have these desires that they want fulfilled, that women who are attracted specifically to heterosexual cis males, that they don't also have those same desires, like that they don't also have a desire to have sex with men. And like the whole reason behind a lot of that is safety. They don't want to have sex with men because of safety. They don't want to have sex with men because of the fact that they know that they probably won't get an O. they don't want to waste their time. Probably though, I would say loosely, because I don't have anything to substantiate that's a large reason why they choose not to. Because if I'm going to be unsafe and, I'm running the risk of not being safe, and then I'm running the risk of not getting my O, I'm not doing it. But if they have the chance to actually get the O, yeah, they probably would. They probably would, yeah.
I think they would be hunching way more. That's I'll be honest with you. I think women would be hunching way more if men actually, if men cared about women the way women care about men in this way. If men satisfy women the way that, the way that women satisfy men, there's no doubt in my mind that smecks, whatever women have, it would jump 19, 24, it would jump up to 40%. It would jump up to 35% in a year. It would be crazy. The amount of women that would be like, hell yeah, sign me up for that shit. So the point that I want to make to the men is, I don't think men actually understand that everything that we don't understand on how many levels we affect, the behaviors of women, right? Women typically are just reacting to the way that men are treating them. And this is just another example of that. It's just a reaction. It's not like men Melo's trying to make it seem like women are just naturally this way, or they're really not. They're literally just reacting to the way that men are. BBG just said it. Men are dangerous, so they're let me be cautious because men are so dangerous. So if men weren't so dangerous, women would want to be in our presence more. Okay, cool. You couple that with a man that actually cares about a woman, getting hers. A recipe for fucking awesomeness. It's a recipe for everybody hunching. Like, what are we doing? This is like so easy, but we just don't men. Our default as a group is to pivot to we must destroy them. We must oppress them. It can't be let's try to actually win them over by being better people. No. Let's not earn it. Let's take it. That's like men's approach, like 99% of the time. Let's not earn it. Let's take it. Let's cut every fucking corner until this motherfucker is an oval or a circle, right? We don't want it to. We don't ever want to have to go around the building. We want to cut through that motherfucker. Nigga, and there's no fast way to get there. You can't get there whenever you do it in that way, there's going to be effects, and a lot of negative effects. If you oppress women to the point to where they, like how it was in the 30s, 40s, how it's been in this country pretty much for this whole time up until the last 2 decades or so, right? If you do it that way, you see the results of that. You see women checking out. You see women not wanting to, you know what I mean? Like, you see that happening. It's not sustainable to oppress a group of people for that long. It's not. I promise y'all, it's not sustainable. Like, it's going to collapse. Real quick? Yeah, go ahead.
But that's the thing, though, and I say this all the time, and I always bring it back to black men. You heard me say it in the live this morning about how black men, are going to be the end of black culture, black people in this country, because they see that white men are able to treat white women and society as a whole. They're able to do the least amount of work and still be able to achieve the things that they want to achieve. Like you were just saying, cutting corners, right? Like they get to put in the least amount of effort just to exist. And so black men are like, well, I want that too. And are willing to do whatever and sell out whoever in order to get it. They believe that, children are their property, that women are simply there to serve them, and bearers of their children. They believe their legacy exists, in kids and money. It's just so far detached from who we are as black people and who we are prior to being, colonized. It's disturbing. It really is. It's fucking disturbing, bro.
Hang on, Mr. Jones, because because what you just said makes sense, with the exception of with the newer generation of black men, they're educating themselves more. They're going to more counseling. They're starting to take the strides to become better men. So it's improving, maybe not in the same, giant leap or ratio.
You can say the same thing about white people. You can say the same thing about white people.
No, but he specifically said black men, Pub.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
black men.
you can say this about white people in comparison to black men, or in comparison to black people. You can say the same thing. Are the white people who told Rock talked about that a while ago? He was saying, are the white people now as bad as the white people in 1960 or whatever? No, they're not. They're better now. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But are black people still extremely oppressed? Absolutely.
Yeah. I would say that there's a decent amount of young black men that are more educated, more empathetic, more intersectional. But I would still say that there's still too many of them that have listened to their uncles or older brothers or older cousins, or fathers or whatever, that have these, misogynistic, anti-black. I mean, shit, bro. All you got to do is watch a fucking NFL draft, NBA draft. See all these young black men sitting in there with white women. And I'm not listen, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination knocking interracial relationships. What I'm saying is they're not willing to do the work, right? In order, to solidify their own community. They're just not. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of them.
Shit, yeah. I mean, black men ain't really doing much in way of becoming better people right now. And when I say that, I'm saying better people to women or black women in general, or specifically, I should say, or children, or whatever the case may be. Black men may be getting more education than we were 30 years ago. Black men may be making more money or whatever. Yeah, but they are falling behind. They ain't gonna never catch up to black women. But
Samantha, no bullshit. Black men are listen, black men are embarrassing. When I'm sitting there having these conversations, I was having a conversation with a man named Will the other night. I showed him the map from black man. I showed him the map from 1960, 1964, and 1968. I said, Will, tell me what two pieces of landmark legislation were passed in between 1960 and 1968, and why the South went from completely blue to completely red in just that 8-year span. And you know what he told me?
Affirmative action.
Immigration.
What?
Exactly.
How does that? What policy though? What?
Bro, there was no mass immigration between 60 and 68.
There wasn't, but I'm saying but what was it? I don't understand what was the policy he was even referring to.
Mr. Jones, he should have just said, "Well, I don't know the answer to that."
No, he was adamant about it.
But that's what a lot of y'all should say. A lot of y'all don't know the answer to these questions, but y'all be answering them nonetheless. And I'll be like, why don't y'all just say, I don't know. Let's figure it out together.
He was adamant about it.
X Ghost, are you there? X Ghost. Yeah.
What happened is that the conservative South, which were Democrats and they were conservative, didn't want desegregation. They did not want black people, voting or being, integrated into society. They weren't interested in that. They were conservatives. They wanted life to stay the way that it was.
The Dixiecrats.
And when the Democratic Party voted to, for the 1964 Civil Rights Act, they were like, oh, nah, I can't deal with that. And so more than half the South went red in 64. Then the very next year, in 65, the Voting Rights Act was passed. And so in 68, they're like, nah, the Democratic Party has completely abandoned
white supremacists.
Yeah. They've completely abandoned all of us here in the South.
Which is crazy.
Map, it's red. I'm talking about a sea of red in the South. And I'm like, all them people in the South didn't move away. They didn't leave in 8 years. They just started voting for the Republican Party.